welcome back to episode 5 of Project Grit. We are just beyond the halfway point as our adventurers have made their way most of the way into the accursed unknown. So, having gotten to Elred and spent some time here talking with the people that kind of station themselves here, as well as finally meeting with Laura and having a brief conversation, you guys spent the rest of your day resting, knowing that it's maybe your last chance, and decide to take the time to really breathe. After having spent the night here, you guys get a actual long rest. You guys go and reset your hit points and any abilities you may have, as well as for those of you with blight save or blight levels, go ahead and make a save for them. So you are currently at
1.
So you will make a con save. You are at 0, I believe, are you?
Yes.
Ignaeus, you're 1, so you'll make a con save. Valdo, I believe, is at 0, and then Talia is at 1. So you also make a con save.
Sure.
As our heroes of the story have made it most of the way out here, while some of them have definitely been battered and bruised and left worse for wear by the blight, the actual time that they've spent resting and recuperating, as well as with the help of some magic from Valdo, have managed to get themselves back down to pretty low on the blight scale, though knowing what is ahead, that may be for the best. So you guys get your long rest. What are you going to save?
8.
That is going to fail. What did you get on save?
A dirty 20.
So that succeeds, and then Ignaeus?
Can I get advantage?
No.
Can I lie?
No.
10.
10. So both
No.
Kai and Pygmaeus will keep their level of blight. Talia does manage to go down a level. As you guys are waking up the next morning in kind of the ramshackle area that has been set up for you inside of the small inn that they have left out here, you guys see the sun rising over the horizon, dawn breaking finally. As that orange glow hits the sand, you guys can see it reflecting just barely off what you now know is powdered lead and silver that is sprinkled and scattered throughout it. Waking up, your stuff is about ready to go. I mean, you guys were not coming here unpacking, really. So you kind of get everything together, get your carriage loaded. So, unless anyone has anything you'd like to do, we're going to start.
Okay,
Yes.
so Valdo needs to get her spear from Gwyneth.
Yes.
And before she does that, while they're packing up, she is going to talk to our friend here, Kai, and she is going to say, now I was just wondering, you've got a sharp mind on you. Those runes on your arms. Thinking over them last night, they've been bugging me. If you remember them, because you probably remember them better than I do, and you can write them down, I'd love to take a better look with a spell, translate them, figure out more what they are. And then she's going to leave him to that to go get her spear.
So you start your spear. I will add Keen Mind in 2024 does not give you a photographic memory or anything of that nature, but you could still try and recollect everything. You head off. It is not far. It is not a big area that is safe here in Elred. Just to the blacksmith area where you can see in the early morning, Gwyneth has kind of gotten up to get to work in the coolest part of the day. As she is currently out there, you can see has this kind of like thick leather apron on and is currently just going over some notes that she seems to have compiled and collected and started to jot some stuff down. As you walk towards her, she kind of looks in your direction and she goes, oh yeah, what do you need?
That spear that I gave you yesterday in the silver,
Yes,
if I can get that back.
She looks around before kind of grabbing it. You can see now when she holds it up. Now, it was metal at the tip before, so it was already kind of reflective, but now it really has a certain like sheen to it that did not previously. This kind of like brighter silvery color. She kind of takes your hand and she goes, there you go.
She takes it, she says, thank you, and she puts it down in the quiver.
Yeah. He just goes, I wish you all luck out there. I hope for the best.
As do we. Thank you so much.
Of course. She continues back to her work as you see both Umede and Edre currently like clearly just waking up and heading over to what may be some kind of small storage room to collect their equipment and armor as they're getting ready for their day. You even see someone that is like previously you guys have not really met. This human woman that seems to be traveling down the path that you guys had originally come from on a horse, but she's a little bit further off in the distance, but notably a new person. Lastly, you see just exiting the watchtower, having like finishing up tying up the straps on her armor to like fully piece it together, as well as doing last minute checks on her bags. You see Aurora clearly geared up to leave the actual village for a little bit here. As she looks towards you all, kind of a solemn nod in your direction, and then she is going to start walking towards the path where the person with the horse is riding in. You all here, as you guys are getting ready, do see that Aurora like stops for a second, kind of looks in y'all's direction and goes, and then starts kind of like hustling it towards y'all. You had something like
I would just like to denote that during that long rest, I'm switching out bestow curse for remove curse.
fair enough.
Yep. That's
Two very opposite ends of the spectrum.
Speaking of switching out magic, Caldiv did a lot of that yesterday.
Yes.
And now she's just remembering that if she tries to translate using the spell tongues like she had
Oh
intended.
no, your Feywild shard resets on the long rest.
Oh, I was like, she might have some wild magic consequences, so she's going to start her day by casting a cantrip instead. She's going to make a mage hand and just kind of wave and make sure there's no residual wild magic.
And you do see the mage hand kind of like moving in air, unstable, as if it is being pulled into another dimension and then suddenly shunted back into yours. As you can tell, the Feywild is attempting to kind of overtake it with its own magic, but having rested with Feywild Shard having reset, it is not quite set off a wild magic surge.
She's kind of, all right. And then she's going to go find Kai and hopefully his
Yes.
Speaking of the path, how is it looking?
The path that is coming into the village seems mostly fine and intact. Now, it is a little bit thinner, as we had previously said, but there's nothing clearly wrong with it, at least that you can see. As Laura kind of like hustles up to y'all, most of you guys are already in the carriage, or at least loading your things. She kind of looks at you and goes, "So, you all heading out today? Today?"
yes.
Yep.
Well, just to let you all know, based off of everything that we've seen, the paths, at least to the Courwood, should be mostly clear. Once you get to the Courwood, you're a bit on your own, but there are still some loose paths that will at least provide some level of indication of where to go. Getting to the Courwood would be easy. Well, I don't want to say that. Easier. But once you get there, good luck. Additionally, she kind of like almost half-heartedly chuckles to herself before kind of looking down and pulling out a note before handing it to you specifically. And she just kind of goes, this was sent for you. As you open it, unravel it, it is essentially a letter from Finn saying that he's completed part of his bargain and that your name is clear now in Greyhawk, to the best of his ability. Though Aurora does look at you with a like, I read it. And she just kind of goes, what kind of trouble were you getting up into over there?
Well, obviously nothing I can't take care of myself.
Well, it seems like you've had to have some kind of benefactor quite literally bail you out, so I'm just curious.
Well, that would be your father.
Natalia,
I'm well aware.
are you here on, is this your form of bail? Are you here to get out of jail?
That might be the situation that I am in. Not everybody
That
is doing
explains
this
a
out of the
lot.
kindness of their hearts.
We all hear this, aren't we?
Yeah, the Aurora and Natalia are having this conversation like maybe 5 feet from the carriage.
Regardless of why you have come on this journey, you have been a great help.
It seems
So I
like,
see nothing wrong.
you're a bit of a mischievous little rabbit. No offense.
You see,
Full offense.
you see Aurora looks at you and kind of goes, you know, Corwin did say that they had gotten word of someone on the ships coming in towards Safeton and Hardby attempting to use the Noxang name.
Well.
I think Voldev kind of like looks over, puts some pieces together.
We've got some tea to drink on this trip.
You don't happen to be a Noxane, do you?
Natalia, for the first time, would kind of be less than one step ahead. She would kind of just be, you. That might be the situation that I find myself in, yes.
Oh, sweet Jesus, I've been talking to a noble in this voice. Alright, well, there goes all of my social training. Kai, the runes!
Right, because it's totally a noble would be out here doing this to get out of jail.
As she is looking at you all, she will look towards you and just kind of go, once knowledge hits the earth, it is often lost. People often talk about taking secrets to their grave, but many find it a regret. Be careful with what you hold and with what you share. And she will look towards you all, kind of give you a small salute and if we meet again, and then starts heading towards the horse unless.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that. Actually.
Yeah.
You said it's a lady on a horse. Can you describe her a little bit more?
So it's hard to see from the distance that you guys are at because she's still coming in from the horizon. The biggest things that you can make out are this large brown horse that is clearly some kind of riding horse. It's not attached to a carriage or anything, it's just her on it. But on its back you do see what looks like might be some kind of human woman that has a cloak wrapped around her shoulders. You don't see much in terms of her equipment that's underneath, but every once in a while you catch a glint of something metal implying that she probably has armor on. Okay. As well as you can make out some lightly tanned skin and long hair that kind of is pulled back and then hidden kind of within the cloak out of the way. It's hard to make out details, hard to make out anything specific about her. Maybe just another scout or person stationed out here that you just didn't get to catch. Aurora looks at you all, heads off, leaving you all with the carriage.
So are we actually planning to take the carriage to the Courwood, or are we leaving it here?
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
Because my assumption was we would leave it here in hopes that we use it.
How far is the Courwood out?
The Courwood, to get to it, is a little under half a day's journey. It is not far from Elred. To get all the way to Prometheus Tower is the majority of a day's journey. It's 3/4 of a day. And so getting to the Courwood is a little under half of that. The Courwood itself is not super huge. And then beyond that, it is the mines you have to pass through.
I thought we would take it to the Courwood,
Yeah,
and
because that
then
would be.
once we get to the Courwood, we'd go on foot.
We would have to ask somebody to help us guide the horses back though.
I mean, if that's not enough, they'll just come back.
Assuming
They're not going to go in the bites.
I don't want to leave them alone. That would be quite rude.
I don't either.
I will be upset with us.
But I don't think they'll stay there alive. Should we leave them?
Well, I don't think that they're gonna. I think if we let them leave, they're not gonna come back here necessarily. I say we leave them here and take care of these people who, might actually get some use out of them while we're gone, and potentially if we never come back, keep getting some use out of them.
At this point, Umedes, who is still nearby, comes out of the storage room, has all of his stuff on, is hearing this conversation, and just from maybe 30 feet away, she kind of goes, "Did y'all need some help?"
Yes.
Potentially.
Would you be capable of driving a carriage?
More or less. I mean, I have to head out that way anyway, so if y'all need me to bring the carriage back, I can. Fingers crossed.
Is that the guy with the cool arm?
No, that is the halfling
Yeah.
that you guys first met when you entered when you first entered Elred.
If you don't mind, but then if it's gonna be too much trouble, we'll just handle it ourselves.
No, I mean, I have to head out that way anyway. No big deal, it's fine. Plus, we try and, whenever Finn sends people this way, we try and help them out with what we can. So, I guess I can be ready in like 5 minutes to head out if y'all are. I just need to make sure I have my canteen filled and everything. So I'm just gonna run to the end real quick and I'll be right back.
No problem.
Alright, no problem.
All right, see you in 5. And he kind of heads off.
While he takes that 5 minutes,
Mhm.
Arya is going to like pet the horses and be like, "It is going to be okay. You have one last job with us."
Give me an animal handling check.
That's not right. Yeah. Okay. 16.
You gave him the apples.
You what?
The apples that I promised them.
I reminded you last
Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Well,
But the audience remembers.
the guys, and I think the horses, like every once in a while, you're just kind of like getting your stuff ready, and every once in a while the horse just kind of give you a
Bombastic side.
yeah.
Bitch, I lied.
Um,
Oh god.
you pet them, and especially with the 16, you manage to actually like soothe them and get them ready for what's ahead. It's not a far trip, and they're actually going to be coming back here to safety afterwards, as long as Umede can guide them back. And so there is that level of like, you just have a little bit longer and then you'll be okay. I think that helps a lot to kind of get them on the right track, get them going. So that 16 definitely does help a lot, and it will give Umede advantage whenever he is coming back himself.
Okay. If possible, Valdov is going to try and use tongues before they leave the safety of the circle
Yep.
and get all of the magic she knows she's going to use out of the way right now.
Okay. So,
Oh, and I have all my spell slots back.
so you're using tongues, you said?
If Kai has written down the runes, then yes.
Okay.
Alright.
So, you've kind of written down what you can remember the runes. Go ahead and give me, I guess there's not really like a memory roll, so I'll just do history.
Oh.
As it's kind of like, history of yesterday, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
Or alternatively, you can just give me a flat intelligence roll. I'm sure they're about the same.
Interesting.
I don't know if you have any idea.
Theoretically, be Arcana.
No, Arcana. I was gonna.
This is less about him knowing,
Yeah.
more about him remembering
The
properly.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Would you allow me to have Fakusti help me? I do add my proficiency bonus to all of his ability checks. I don't know if that counts.
I'll allow it because it's like having a whole other person there to also try and like remember, like if there's gaps in your memory, maybe he has them filled in.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll allow it.
Man, this poison condition really sucks for a rogue. Okay. That is a 13.
Now remember, you can nullify lower levels of blight. It doesn't mean you get rid of them, but it can mean that you like kind of soothe them down.
Unless you allow me to cast guidance, in which case.
I mean, you can also cast guide. You're not doing anything else right now.
Awesome. That's a 15.
15's not bad. You managed to get most of what you remember from the runes inscribed down onto a paper in the circular pattern that they were around your joints. Now, they weren't all the exact same. Like the ones around your wrists were different from the ones on your elbows, were different from the ones around your collar and your knees. They all kind of took slightly different forms, but they had through lines throughout them. And those through lines are what you really remember. So as you note those down and then pass them off to Valdov, who casts tongues, you actually do manage to read over them, especially now with tongues. It is not like reading a formal language, so you don't get word for word what these do. But we kind of made the analogy when we were talking about this that it's like trying to read Latin when you know Spanish.
She's looking at it, she's like,
It is not one for one. It's not even like dead on close. But it's enough to where, with a little bit of inference as well, you can piece together some pieces, or you can piece together some clues. Can you go ahead and give me an Arcana check? And I will say at advantage since you are just straight up reading these with tongues.
yeah, I will actually.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Put some respect on his name.
Consider.
Alright, so that is an 18.
18.
Saving himself.
So 18?
Yes, that's an 18.
With an 18, you don't get kind of exactly what they're going to do, but especially in the pattern that they formed, where they formed, and the kind of effects that they're trying to create, you get the idea that this is something like a glyph of warding, and that is a spell that needs a trigger to go off, that is something that you kind of already figured out, but it's different than glyph of warding. That's not storing a spell. What you can tell is it's storing energy. You've seen it a bit before, and especially with having fought some of the blighted creatures in the past, what you really figure out, at least at a baseline that these runes do, is that when a creature is close to death, or when it has been kind of taken by the blight, those runes are there to kind of act as connector pieces to other sections of blight. Like those runes in a form of abjuration fuse things together. So, for example, if Kai were to lose his whole arm from the shoulder down, the blight, or at least those runes that the blight has created, would then fuse something new to that to essentially make a amalgam creature.
And that's why it's also divination.
Correct.
I see.
Who was that? The Dragonborn with the metallic arm, I think you said.
That was Ed Ray.
Yeah.
He has a
I don't think
mechanical.
he had- No, nothing like that.
No, he did not, because he has a mechanical arm.
Right.
Because
He cut it
to
off.
let those go off would mean that you have to get pretty far. into
Sure.
it.
Okay.
What you can also tell is, as I just said, that these runes take a lot of energy to go off. Like they store energy in terms of being able to actually do their job once they are set, but they need a ton poured in to just even start the process. And so you can kind of tell that they won't really be used unless the blight gets very bad or the blight has overtaken something. So that is what you get out of those runes. And with an 18, you know that there's definitely something that you're not quite clicking together yet, but you don't know what it might be. You think you're just maybe missing one more piece of the puzzle. So yeah. Other than that, you guys are all ready to go get into the carriage. Umede comes back with his canteen filled, kind of taking a swig out of it, and then hops up onto the front. Just kind of goes, especially with the carriage, it shouldn't be too long of a drive. So, especially with what's coming ahead, you guys take your time to rest. I can go ahead and drive us out there, and then drop y'all off. I do take tips. So,
Alright, it's going to be walking.
you walk alongside the carriage. The rest of you load in with all your equipment, and you guys.
Pygmalion says, "Here's a tip,"
Yeah?
and gives him 5 gold.
Oh, well, he takes it and goes, well, thank you very much.
Y'all thought he was gonna say something mean, didn't you?
I really
He
kind
takes
of did,
the
actually.
5 gold, kind of looks at you all, and then kind of takes off the carriage. It's not going at a blazing speed, but it is definitely moving fast enough to where you can tell there's a sense of urgency that Umede is putting into the horses. You can also tell that he's clearly experienced with them. While not the best driver ever, he has a very clear grip on the reins where he's adjusting which way they're going, as well as you can tell picking up and slowing down the speed whenever there are bumps or changes in the road ahead. Notably, there's no sand paths beyond Elred. So when you guys leave, there are sections of the ground where blight has clearly been cut away by a blade, but there's no new sand laid to extend the path. And so you guys are walking on dirt that still has these tiny veins that run through it, but nothing to the scale of everything else around you. Umede does look towards you as you are walking alongside the carriage, and he goes, you sure you don't want to sit inside? There's no more sand out here to really protect you.
I assure you I will be fine. I like to be connected to the ground.
Suit yourself. Ground's not forgiven nowadays. So, you guys continue on.
Yeah, as we are passing chunks of blight that come closer to us, Valdov is very interested in using her new silver-tipped spear on this blight to see what it will do.
Okay.
And kind of briefly looks around, hops out of the carriage, grabs her spear, stabs it right into a piece of blight.
So, you guys are driving. You hop out, kind of trying not to be too big or too loud. Look around and then kind of poke at the blight with your spear. As you stab it, you hear this hissing sound, and you see almost this kind of weird almost like violet smoke kind of burn out from the blight, almost as if the silver is burning at it, cauterizing it to some degree. And when you pull the spear away, you do see that there is a section where the blight has that stab mark. And normally when you see blight get injured, you literally see it kind of like shift and mold over itself so that it may repair the empty spot. Here you see that it shifts and it moves, but it can't quite cover that area that was burned by the silver.
Question about that spear.
Mhm.
The way it was, I guess, recreated, was it reforged, or is it like, can it?
There's a
The
thin
wet
layer
way.
of silver essentially over this thing.
But it wouldn't be able to like be scratched away or whatever. Like,
It
after
would take
we
a
use-
lot to scratch it away. Like, yes, theoretically it could, but not realistically. Right.
Okay, cool. She's going to get very excited about that, hop back in the carriage, and start writing it down.
Valdo capable of hopping back into the carriage.
Valdo was like a 15-foot vertical.
I know, but I was just checking because the carriage is still moving and she's the only one that
Valdo is also fast and
Lots of movement and
recently switched out one of her spells for haste.
Valdo would do great in a pickup game of basketball right now.
Valdo also
Valdo
might
just-
be switching out one of her spells for expeditious retreat later.
I see.
Valdo hitting a nasty dunk on someone.
hitting a dunk on Shaq, he just quits.
The Spider-Man walk away.
Yeah.
Damn
So,
shit.
I also like to think she's 5'2" to the tip of the ear.
He's
yeah,
washed.
so realistically she's like 4'11".
Yeah.
Shaq's washed, dude. What the
Maybe,
hell?
you know, maybe like 4'10". So, you guys get a little bit further away from Elred and start to see the real signs of what happens when you have no path laid out. The blight is constantly moving to cover as much ground as it can, and even though there's been sections that have been cut away by a blade, your carriage is large enough to where it's supposed to roll over multiple vines that stretch in every direction. These masses of blight that kind of clawed over the ground and immediately cover the stone and dirt that may have been there before. Your carriage bumps over it, constantly making you all shift and move, having to catch your balance as the entire thing kind of jostles around you. Umede up front is kind of every once in a while looking back going like, "You all good? Everyone fine? All right. Should just be another hour or two and then we'll get there." So,
Arya from like the side of the carriage would be like, do any of you have a way to help the horses potentially combat the blight? Because they could get blighted as well. Please cast guidance on them. Please cast guidance on them. They need to make blight saves.
Do they really?
If they need to make blight saves.
they will at some point.
What if we're not there?
So,
Natalia will think on that for a second as she's being jostled, clutching this letter from Finn in her hand that she's been like staring at, but it's like this, so like she can't really like read it multiple times as she's looking at it. She'll look up at Arya and look over to the horses, and she will cast guidance on one of them.
okay. So, as you do that, and as Umede hears it, he goes, "You're right. We didn't switch out the horseshoe on their hooves. For our horses, we have them custom fitted with lead horseshoes. Helps a lot. So, maybe if we have the time and the resources, more important than anything, we might be able to fit y'all with some as well."
Just make sure they get some rest when they get home.
Yeah, of course. Corwin should be coming back with some extra supplies. She should have some more food, so maybe they'll have something for the horses.
I think at this point Valdo just like reaches into her bag and dumps out the rest of her silver and is like, use that!
He looks and he goes, we could, maybe, yeah.
Use it for
and
whatever you need.
he takes his hands off the rein for a second, kind of takes it, puts it into his bag, and then puts his hands back in the reins and kind of goes, I'll see what Gwyneth can do. She's busy a lot with outfitting some of our stuff, but she might be able to have some time to actually work out horseshoes for them.
Oh, and let her know she can keep whatever she wants from that. I mean, she didn't really ask for payment, but I didn't really pay her, and now I feel bad.
I
So she can
mean,
keep whatever.
We don't really have much to buy out here.
That's why I figured
Yeah, we kind of
keep something that looks nice.
And also, you know, we know how tough it can be. So whenever we can help, we try to. You know, it's not like you had us use our silver. You brought your own. So all she had to do was just a little bit of labor. She'll be okay. She's tough. Well, like an hour. So settle in. He continues driving for just a bit longer, and then you guys start seeing up on the distance the Courwood coming into view. Courwood is very different from the gnarly forest or the whelpwood in that its trees are very tall, they're very large, they're like not quite redwood size, but they're definitely in that kind of like family of massive trees. The Courwood is also compared to the whelpwood and the gnarly forest, the like worst of the three. You see whole like canopies of blighted veins run through the air, as well as sections that move along the ground. It seems like here the blight is so congested that it's able to actually form like webs of itself that cover whole sections of the area, kind of ping-ponging between trees to form what almost are walls that kind of cut off different sections of the pathway. You do see what looks like old, maybe what could have been rows of stone that run through parts of it that maybe were once used by the people that lived in the area but have long been cracked and uprooted by the strength that the blight possesses. Additionally, there is this thin layer of violet mist that kind of moves over the entire area, not enough to obscure view or even to block vision, even at a pretty decent range. But mostly you can tell that the blight here is so prevalent that its cursed energy is able to infuse itself into the air and not just the ground. When it's so omnipresent, there's nowhere to get away from it, and that kind of takes shape in this violet mist that settles over the region.
Natalia's gonna guidance herself.
Here as well, the actual color of the curse is different. It is shifted away from these kind of like dark, muddy brown purples towards this very deep purple where like sections of green actually start to kind of show from the edges of it. Not quite the color of the leaves and bushes and foliage that would have been here before, but more so this kind of color of algae or moss, this dark
like
green.
duochrome.
What?
Like a duochrome effect, where like if you look at it
Yeah.
in this light a certain way, it turns green.
So,
Blighty.
you guys start seeing that come up on the horizon, and you do visibly see Umede kind of like shrink a bit in his seat. He's already kind of a short guy, he's a halfling as is, but shrinking even a little bit further. As he just kind of goes, "We're coming up on it. Preparations you want to make them now."
Okay. How long were we in that carriage?
Realistically, probably going on like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Long enough to consider it a short rest?
Yeah.
Cool, I get my spell back.
You guys left pretty early in the morning, and it was a little bit under a half day. So you guys are getting there a little bit before noon, maybe around the 11-ish mark, as you guys left pretty early in the morning, knowing you guys had a long day ahead of you.
Arya is going to. I know there's not much use for money here.
Yeah.
But Arya doesn't really have much use for money normally either.
Fair enough.
So she is going to take 100 of her gold pieces
Mhm.
and put them in a little baggie. And when they like leave the carriage and towards the Courwood, she's just gonna try and like stealthily drop it on the driver's seat.
Give me a stealth or a sleight of hand check. Actually,
Okay.
Ooh.
haven't had to use
With
one of
a
those so
jingle.
far.
I will say before they leave, Valdov actually hands him a vial of the sand and goes, "This is not much, and I don't know how much it'll do. We have quite a bit. Take this with you. If nothing else, it's a good luck draw."
I appreciate it at the very least. What'd you get?
On that one.
A nat one.
Roll
So
of 2.
you're like coming up on the side trying to sneak, but it's really hard as you drop the bag of coin and you hear like a as it like hits the ground and all the coins clink against each other, or it hits the carriage and the coins clink
Damn.
against each other. As we manage to meet, like both of you are having a conversation, it's like lands right next to him.
It's like
It's just both go,
metal pipe noises.
yeah, it's like a metal pipe sound effect.
Oh my
He
god.
looks over and he goes,
Arya looks away. She's staring straight forward. It wasn't her.
Must have been the wind.
Minute looks at you, like even though you're like, you see him out of your periphery, it's kind of like, all right, thanks. I appreciate it. We'll probably use that to buy some more supplies. He pulls the carriage around to a small area that has more of the curse cleared away, actually. You can tell this is actually an area they've cut away so that carriages and horses can turn around. As for the most part, they attempt to not go any further than
Yeah.
this. So as you all get there, and Umede stops, fully turns the carriage around, and is getting ready to go, kind of takes a glance at y'all. Yeah. And is going to reach into his bag and pull out a vial that looks very similar to the one that Finn gave you at the beginning. This kind of like silvery gray liquid with these streaks of blue running through it. And he goes, we don't have much of these, but I would feel real guilty sending y'all in there with only one, especially with 5 people. So, take one of mine. I have one more, so I'll be fine.
That's very kind of you.
Who wants it?
Yoink!
All right.
Pygmace's long ass arm.
Just his arm loses.
Yeah, he's fully in the carriage, but the arm comes out.
Just a hairy fucking orange.
Yeah. So you grab it. It looks at you after you give him the 5 gold, and he goes, "Shalak."
Question to you.
Yes.
Did I already ask someone from the village how to make this potion?
You did, and they said they didn't know. I believe.
Okay.
Even if you didn't, they would say they don't know.
Ah, okay.
I think she kind of walks over to Pygmaeus and is like, if you want me to look at that, I don't think we've got the materials, but I can take a look and see if we can figure them out.
Well, listen, if Finn is not going to help us fix this issue, then perhaps we should ourselves. I think we should take a look at this.
All right. The Feywild shard kind of glistens a second, and she is going to take a long drag on her pipe. It's going to surround her head and kind of coalesce around her eyes, and she's going to cast Identify.
Okay. Well, can you ritual cast that? Oh, but it's 10 minutes.
She can ritual cast it.
Oh.
Actually, as a ritual adept.
Oh, I see. So, are you using the Feywild Sword to shoot out here?
Actually, no, because I just remembered it's ritual. So she doesn't even have to. It does jingle. It is unrelated. I am going to roll
You cast it.
the D100. That's a 54. So no wild magic happens at this point. She casts Identify to look at the potion.
Let me look at the wording for Identify real
Okay.
quick.
I don't think you could do that.
I don't think it tells you components.
No,
It says
she
you
don't.
learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, and you learn if there are any ongoing spells affecting the item and what they are. And if it was created by a spell, you learn the spell's name.
Yeah. She's mostly looking to see if it's like a potion that has been modified with something else, like a pre-existing.
I see. Realistically, I would say you don't actually get what this. You don't get a like proper name or anything for this potion, and it's included in the Identify spell. You get its effect, which you already kind of knew. What it does is it is essentially the spell for, or essentially a bottled version of a slightly altered remove curse spell, that is less so reactionary like you all's, but more so proactive. It's almost like it has stored that energy and it has it kind of waiting to go. Interestingly enough, the spell does specify that if any spells are used in the creation of the object, you get to know them. You know that this spell was, or this item was created using the spell Fabricate. But that it has a kind of weird aura to it.
Okay.
The Fabricate spell that was used to create this thing is not
typical, though you don't know what that means. It feels overly precise. So, yes.
Can you tell me more about the fabricate spell?
So the fabricate spell, let me just pull it up so I can read it to you a little bit. So you essentially convert raw materials into a product of the same material. And so it's not like infusion, it's like if you had, for example, a bunch of ice, you could cast fabricate and turn it into an ice sculpture. You don't have to go through the process of actually making it. This is more so like it's the like purest form of transmutation. Taking something and just changing its form.
Cool. Okay.
So, here's what she's going to say. All right. Well, it kind of. I mean, I cast identify. It's not a precise art with potions like this. Here's what I know. This particular one was made using fabricate, but there's something about that seems different. You know, you cast a spell rather loosely on occasion when you get real good at it. This is highly precise. And it kind of works like remove curse, but preventative. It's like if you could vaccinate remove curse.
I don't think I'm familiar with that word.
I didn't think you would be.
I think at this point, as you guys are there, Umede is starting to look a little uneasy, kind of just sitting here, and is kind of going, hey, hope y'all do great. I need to get back. The longer that we stay in one spot, the more likely the blight is to catch us.
Right.
Gotcha.
Well,
Yes,
we appreciate
be
it.
safe.
Will you
Yes.
be picking us up at a certain time, or?
No, we'll be going.
Unless you
we'll
have some way to contact me now.
I don't think the message spell works like that. And
Not
we've
from
only
that
got the one. We've only got the one sending scroll, and
Did
we
you have
got to
something?
keep that. To
No,
Vince.
I was just telling
Okay.
him to be safe.
So Umede kind of takes the reins, gets him his hand, and goes, wish y'all the best of luck. See y'all again. And he starts taking off as the carriage slowly pulls in the opposite direction, leaving you all at the foot of the Courwood. Is there anything you will do before you enter?
Who has the map with all the drawn on trails?
So Aurora just drew those on the map that Finn had originally given you.
Yes.
Yeah, who is holding on to that right now, actually?
I don't think
That
anyone
seems
in
like a Kai
particular.
thing.
I guess I would have it.
Yeah.
It does seem like a Kai thing, but
Yeah.
I would say Arya's gonna ask for it because she's very confident in her ability to
Navigate off this.
At this point, I will say that as a ranger with no longer existent favored terrain, and we are standing in the middle of the blight, Valda was getting a little antsy and is kind of hopping back and forth on the balls of her feet, very much ready to go.
Yeah.
She's not going to push it, but she's like, I don't want to be here.
So,
Arya, on the other hand, completely chill.
can you give me a survival check?
Yes.
As I will say, as Arya's looking over this map, most of you guys are like looking around, checking the blight, making sure that you are on at least somewhat okay ground. Arya seems to be kind of standing there, not caring where they are.
Arya will step on like the thickest blight vein
and literally just
keep
like step
going.
on it and then over.
Yeah.
I think
Well-
Kai is going to pull up his navigator's tool,
Mhm.
and instead of here, I can utilize that to plot a course,
Yes.
DC 10.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that.
Go ahead.
With the map as well.
Assuming that the carriage is gone, Pygmaeus says, well, I don't think you all assume I'm going to be going on this hike on my bare feet, so... And then he takes off his fez and transforms back into a little orangutan and stupid clothes and... Arya, my dear, is that on the table still? Will you still carry me?
Yes, of course.
Hooray!
So you're
He
gonna
clambers
climb
up
on it.
his little back with his stick.
That is just a 10.
Ten
Just
is
makes
easy.
it.
So, looking at the map, you kind of chart the course. It is, especially if you manage to get through this relatively quick, which actually won't be that long.
Mhm.
It should only be about 3 to 4 hours to get through the majority of the Courwood if you guys are at a fairly brisk pace.
Okay.
If you guys are slower, then obviously it would take longer, but I anticipate you all will not be dilly-dallying.
Yeah.
So, you guys get together, you have your course charted. As you guys kind of start stepping into a bit of the Courwood, I mean, you saw them off in the distance, but now with them around you, it really is coming into perspective how huge these trees are. I mean, I'm talking like 15, 20-foot diameters. These things are massive. Well, like I gave redwoods as an example. Like they're not all that large. I want to clarify. Those are the biggest of them. Most of them range in the like 5 to 10.
Like 100-year-old oak tree.
Yeah.
Kind of things.
Do
Gotcha.
you,
Exactly.
Do you mean that the actual tree is, or that the stalk, the blight stalk, is that thing?
The like trunk of the tree
Gotcha.
is that big. Yeah,
Okay.
no, not
That
quite
would
that
be
far.
insane.
Yeah.
So, like, guys, that's a little 20K.
As massive as they are, you do see that there are sections of the blight that have completely overtaken a lot of them. There are thicker blighted veins here than before. I mean, not quite as big as you were originally saying, Nawaf, but
Yeah.
still sections that are like a foot wide at their largest. They are massive here, almost looking like what could be like a giant octopus's tendrils. These sections of them also form webbing throughout the forest, connecting trees and branches, bushes that have kind of been strung apart for their leaves and vegetation turned into blighted veins, as well as the ground beneath you where almost like small mounds of them kind of congregate in areas off to the side where you can see that kind of violet mist pours out from. The entire area around you is lightly obscured at this range, but it is not too big of a deal as long as you guys stick relatively close together. You guys start heading in, and the second that mist kind of settles around you, there is this intensely bright smell. It's not what you guys expected. Previously, when you guys gotten close to it, it smelled bitter, almost like something rotting. But here, it smells bright. It smells almost kind of fruity and sweet. There's this level of contrast between the environment that y'all are in, the webbing of the blight, the tree canopies, the massive size of everything around you, blocking up the sky, leaving an area of what almost is total darkness or dim light that is also obscured by mist, contrasted by a sweet and inviting aroma that now lingers in the air. As you guys enter, I do need a blight save from everyone. I will say, Igneus,
Yes?
not being connected to the ground, you gain advantage.
I knew it! I knew it!
Guys.
I will say Kai is going to, while we're moving, he's gonna pull out his rope, and he's just gonna have everyone just hold it so that we can be in a straight line and make sure we're together.
I will say, for those of you without dark vision, which is just Pygmaeus and Valdo, Pygmaeus does not matter as much because you're on Arya's back, but for Valdo, and for when you're trying to see Pygmaeus, this is considered dim light. Not darkness, but it is dim light.
I mean, I don't think I've ever played with no dark vision. Can you explain what I can't see or can't
So
see?
with dim light, it's like if you had a lantern or like a torch in the middle of the like dead of night where you can see like up to a certain range, and then beyond that, it's not like it goes plain dark. It's like a gradient where like you slowly start to lose vision to the darkness.
At what point do I gain disadvantage if I want to do a perception or like
I
a range?
believe it is beyond 20 feet. Let me double check that.
Upon getting into the forest and it being so dim,
Okay, so Pygmaeus.
Natalia's gonna go ahead and cast Eyes of Night on both Valdov and Pygmaeus, since they seem to be the ones that struggle
Whoa!
the most.
It gives you dark vision.
Oh! Slay!
Yeah, 360 feet.
Yeah, you guys can see for
No, 300 feet for you guys.
miles right now.
Hell yeah.
Now, I will say, dim light is disadvantage on perception checks, but actually doesn't have an effect on combat rolls attack rolls or combat rolls in general. And so, like, theoretically, you'd be fine, but perception would be lowered. Here, though, being a bit of a Twilight cleric, Natalia bestows that dark vision onto the two of them. What does it look like when you give that to both Valdov and Pygmaeus?
So, Natalia is just very quietly, she's kind of like assessed the group as they've been out in the night, and she's kind of understood who's doing okay and who's struggling. And she will kind of like walk up. She's still like very flustered over what happened. And she's just gonna lightly touch Valdov on the arm and then go touch Pygmaeus on the arm and as she touches them, this like little glow will remain where she's touched them, and a small glow will blink over their eyes, like a small lavender glow. And after they blink, then they can suddenly see all this stuff. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's like putting glasses on.
You could have warned me a little bit. Good God.
So, as you guys move further in to the Courwood, everything rising around you to the point where you feel like ants in a terrarium surrounded by these massive sections of the growth. The air here, as nice as it smells, almost feels like it is choking you out.
The perfume department.
Honestly, that kind of feeling of like
Yeah.
it just being so thick in the air that you're like, ugh.
I wish we had guessed.
Perfume department, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when all the salespeople are out and restocking and
Oh, God.
shoving things in your
Mhm.
face.
JC
Have you ever
Penney
been
when I
to,
lose
like,
my mom.
Big Basin National Park.
No.
The scent of like damp redwoods
Mhm.
is so heavy.
Yeah.
It's like anytime you step outside, it's like
Here,
Bath and Body Works during Christmas.
here in the Courwood, things seem to be much more advanced. Where previously in the gnarly forest, the blight seemed to move at a snail's pace, barely being able to even be seen by the naked eye. In the Bulkwood and beyond, it was a bit worse where you could start seeing it shift and move, and there'd be flashes where it had speed, but not really. Here in the Courwood, even though everything is bigger and the veins of blight are that much more interconnected and woven together and that much larger, they're moving at the pace of almost what could be described as like a snake. You can see them kind of shifting over the things they cover actively. It is not hard to spot. You also constantly hear this sound of creaking around you, as it almost seems like the forest wails in every direction. You guys travel this way, eyes constantly on the lookout, aware of everything in your surroundings, for about an hour.
I was
Yes.
going to say
Oh.
that because I had cast tongues, I could understand if there was language being spoken, but that only lasts an hour and that was forever ago, so
Yeah.
never mind. But if I cast it again, when we get further in,
Right
like
now,
a fourth
just
level spell.
right now, it just seems like creaking.
Yeah.
But yes, if you were to cast tongues later, and you might actually hear something.
she doesn't understand it as a language yet and is not thinking about that, so she's not going to cast it yet. Also, she's not trying to do extraneous magic, so.
Yeah. So you you all continue moving in. It's about an hour in this kind of very tense scenario where you guys are moving. Okay, both of you. We're going to start with Nawaf.
2 things. Blight saves?
What?
You asked for blight saves?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we'll get there in a second.
And then on the back of Arya, Pygmaeus addresses Valdov and says, Valdov, my dear, can you, with his stick pointing, can you stab that thick little tendril over there? I want to see what happens with your little pokey thing, with your spear.
I can just tell you what happens, but I'm not willing to provoke that bear.
Well, let me do it then.
So you wait a second. Yes.
I just wanted to. I was gonna also be the kid pointing out that we had homework.
So those blight saves don't represent the second you enter the forest. It's more like the time you spend over that hour.
Okay,
so I was
got
going
it.
to get there.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
it's
gonna
not like
say.
an instant like. It's,
Right.
It's the having to fight it off as you guys are traveling for the hour.
Awesome. So you didn't call for a roll yet, right?
I did call for the roll, but. We'll get there. So
I was just gonna say, like, you know the feeling when you like you get to like the top of a hike
Mhm.
and you're like looking over and you're like admiring the scenery.
Mhm.
That's kind of the look that Arya has on her face right now as we're walking through this like, area.
just wonder.
Yeah, she's kind of like in awe.
So now, can I get the results of y'all's blight saves?
Where we started.
Well, you start.
We'll start with Natalia.
I got a nat 20 and a 4. Like, it's a nat. No, it's not disadvantage, right?
Oh.
Yeah. I got a nat 20 and then a 4 on my d4 for my guidance. So
Oh,
I got the
nice.
most I could possibly get.
I see. I heard 4 and thought you rolled a 4 on the die.
With my
I
guidance.
thought you were doing disadvantage, and I was like, you don't
Uh-uh.
do that for these
No,
checks.
I was
Nat
like-
20.
Okay, so,
nat
you're still at
20,
0.
It's the first time I passed one.
Yeah, you very well succeed. Even being in the worst part of it, it it is this level of like confidence that you carry with you that lets you fight the curse back, as well as a reminder maybe of why you're even out here from earlier with Aurora.
Exactly.
I have a dirty 20.
That also succeeds.
I rolled a 15 and then added 2 for 17.
That succeeds.
22.
Succeeds.
So what? I'm in blight level 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, you,
Wait, I thought you were at blight level 1.
Yeah, I thought
he went up to
We
2.
did
Yeah. I went
when?
just now.
Oh, just now. I thought
I
you
thought
were.
he was like, oh, I'm
I was
actually
like,
going.
what?
No.
Guys, I got 28 on that.
All right.
one.
You rolled a 5 for Pygmaeus. What did you roll?
You lose 12 current and max HP.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
That's not as bad as the first time, so I am 1 better off. So you know what? That's a win.
Which I believe takes your max HP down to 47, if my math is correct.
Squishy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We need to make this man some treats immediately.
Oh, true. You do have your treats. You have 3 of them.
Treats, anyone? Oh, my bad. Sorry. Treats, anyone?
I'd give him to Kai. He's looking a little.
Worse for wear.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
He also
No, I'm
keeps-
not. Give me a treat.
Yeah, you say that.
Quit letting
You
him
say that, it's like a little bit of blood runs down your
I'm fine.
You're like, I'm fine.
He tosses the,
Yeah, all right, you
the
Victorian
Olive
maid.
Garden mint.
So, at this point, as you guys stop for a second, as you give them that, you guys hear the woods around you creaking louder, and then you hear this.
Right. I think that means move faster.
At this
So-
point, I think Raldov is like. You said you might have recognized that language. Did you hear any words in that?
Nope, that was just bullshit. Just
All right, well, I won't be casting tongues until you start hearing words. If you can't identify them, you let me know.
gotcha.
You guys
Move
start
away
picking
from
up
the
the
scary
pace.
shit, guys.
You guys start picking up the pace, moving a little bit faster as you guys, especially with the passive perceptions of Pygmaeus and Natalia, and even Arya actually, start to hear the sounds of things rustling around you, moving with speed that you guys weren't expecting. Like, you guys will move and look around and you guys hear of something moving in the distance, and then louder up ahead you hear
Right. This would probably be a good time to mention. Whatever we're seeing is not undead.
Oh,
Didn't
that's
work
so
last time.
great.
So, even though it looks undead, it's not.
yes.
Can I, as Pygmaeus, cast Spirit Totem?
Okay.
And in the branches above us, a hawk, a spectral hawk, manifests from the tree branches.
Yes.
And hopefully, if someone wants to do a perception, you get advantage on that one, as well as an attack. But I'd have to grant it to you as a reaction.
So, so who's making the perception check with that?
Arya is probably the person at the front.
Correct.
I will
Yeah,
say.
I have really good perception.
I have +5.
8. But can we both make a perception check?
You may.
Only one of us will
one
get
of you
the
gets the advantage.
Wait, who
Numbers
has
game.
the higher? Who has the higher bonus? You get the advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone who makes one just gets it for perception, but for attack advantage, you
Oh,
have
that's
to
really
ask for
good.
it.
What's
Oh,
15
so
plus
the
8?
perception is
Everybody
just
else get
advantage
it?
across.
Everybody gets
Okay,
it.
then you also get it.
Thank God.
So what'd you get?
15 plus 8.
15
Math
plus
is
8.
hard.
So 23.
We matched. I also rolled a 23.
So with
Oh my
double
God.
23, you guys kind of pause for a second and look around. And with 23, especially with your level of dark vision and your even short dark vision range, see these creatures like crawling through the ground and under the sections of lighted veins around you. And up ahead, you see what looks like this massive section of a tree that has broken off, almost like part of its bark covers its back like some kind of shell. You can see as it kind of like shifts forward, these tendrils of light carrying it, it kind of picks up other sections of the forest and brings them closer to itself, where you see flares of magic ignite, and very similar to the runes that you were seeing earlier, kind of and almost like stitch it together all on top of its body. You see, as it almost like rolls forward, it picks up the bones of what might have been a previous creature. As it brings it to its shoulders, that magic ignites and fuses it to create something of arms on either side of its body. It looks in you all's direction, and you can see it is standing directly in your path, and it has brought things to help it. I would like initiative from everyone.
Oh my god.
And we are going to take. Okay, so we have transitioned to our combat setup here, so I'm going to be standing at least for a little bit now. As we have our battlefield laid out, you all have found yourself in the middle of this section of the Courwood. Around you, just out of view, are broken down houses and what looks like might have been docks. On to the side, there is a section of a small flowing river that is maybe a few inches deep at most at this point. The area around you is dark, it is filled with mist. Most of you have dark vision, but it leaves it in grayscale. So almost like a horror film, you guys start seeing these things shifting in every direction around you, as well as that massive creature that is lumbering in you all's direction. It is in the way of where you all want to go. In fact, you also see those smaller creatures kind of almost surrounding you to some degree, but they're also different than the ones you saw before. They're much scrawnier, much more limber, and they seem to crawl around almost like disconnected on all fours. You'll actually see Natalia and Arya with your dark visions and high perception checks that at some point one gets caught and its arm just simply like almost dislocates, reattaches to the back of itself and pulls itself free from the thing that was stuck on.
Disgusting.
It is now time for initiative. What did everyone get here? Wow.
Well, I'll give you the ranges.
Oh yes, 20 to 25.
22.
21.
Natural 20?
Yes.
I hate to say this. What is your dex bonus?
My dex bonus.
For those of you that know, that means something tied with her.
Dexterity plus
What?
2 to my modifier.
So, you do get to go first.
Thank goodness.
Cheers.
Do we roll with disadvantage?
No. Technically
Initiative?
you would. Yeah, if you have light level 1 because it's an ability check, technically speaking. So, 50, what'd you get?
21. Also a natural.
21.
Also a nat 20?
Yeah.
What's your dex bonus?
It's just plus 1.
Okay, that actually just changed things.
Oh.
Okay, 15 to 20?
It's not dexterous.
15 to 20?
Wait, sorry, me. I have. Oh, it re-rolls itself. I had a 17.
Okay. 10 through 15. 5 through 10.
5. No. It's always you.
What'd you get? 4. So, with that being said, initiative kicks off. Despite this thing having been prepared and in y'all's way, it makes sense that the two people with the very high perception rolls, the first to notice it, are at the ready and going. I'll go and put the minis on the board. As you see, this massive creature, as well as around you all.
We didn't move too far away from when we casted, or when I casted Totem, Spirit Totem, right?
No, you have not. In fact, we can put a dice on the board. This D4 will be your spirit totem.
I also have this one that no one will ever use.
And it's orange!
It's fine. I have a billion dice back here.
We can just put it right on top of it.
What would you pick here?
Do you want to know the details of how big it is?
I assume it's small or medium, which that is fine for it.
No, I meant how big the radius is.
Oh, yeah, sure. How big?
Shit, I should have known first.
You let me know when you find it.
30-foot radius can be moved.
Damn! So I will say that's most of this map, or at least most of the center.
Oh, wow.
If you move too far away, I'll check it, but yes.
My mule, my little steel defender.
Okay. You will have this D6 for your mule. Actually, wait, I have minis for that. Oh, I have minis for. I actually don't have 2 bird minis, unfortunately. Here's what we're gonna do. Your hawk is this black cat, and your defender or your hawk is the bird.
Gotcha.
So this is your steel defender as well.
Awesome. He's gonna be riding the steel defender at this moment.
I'm just gonna put them next to each other.
Yeah,
So that we know.
Something for you to keep in mind as well is that the hawk or any spirit that I cast will last only for 1 minute,
That's gonna be most.
or until I.
That's gonna be most combat. So no need to worry
It's
there.
like 10.
Yeah.
That is going to kick us off at the beginning of combat with Natalia. You see this, especially with your 360 feet of dark vision, kind of piecing itself together as it shambles forward. The rest of the creatures skittering around in every direction. You constantly hear this low drone of. What do you do?
So, firstly, Natalia is gonna take a look at this, and she's just she's scared, and she's going to turn to something she doesn't typically rely on or really know how to go to. But she's going to present her amulet of the devout, and it's going to raise it above her head, and somehow a little light will flicker off of it and cast a beam around her, and she's going to activate Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
And as she does, she's going to say a small prayer to her goddess. And it's kind of awkward. She doesn't have to. It's a weird relationship here.
What's the range of Twilight Sanctuary?
Pardon?
What is the range on Twilight Sanctuary?
30 feet.
30-foot radius?
Yep.
None of these circles will cover that.
2-foot radius.
I have a 35-foot circle, so I just want you to know I'm going to put it on the board.
Uh-huh.
Your range is well beyond that.
Sweet. Okay.
What does Twilight Sanctuary do?
So
Remind me.
it will cast dim light. The sphere moves with me. If I move, it lasts for 1 minute. Whenever a creature, including I, ends its turn in the sphere, I can grant it one of these benefits. I can grant it 1d6 plus 5 temporary hit points, or I can end an effect on it, causing it to be charmed or frightened.
So this area around Natalia is the area that has...
Just be close.
Just be close. So that is...
And that's my action. And as she does that, she'll whisper under her breath, "Let the stars guide us." And as she brings her amulet down, I will then use my bonus action to cast Kinetic Jaunt on myself,
Okay. Sounds
which
good.
means I will have an extra 10 feet of walking speed, and I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Good to know.
And I can move through difficult terrain, or I can move through the space of another creature, and it doesn't count as difficult terrain.
There you go.
And if I am in a space last occupied by a creature, I take damage. So
Sounds good. I will say any trees that you guys see in front of you are difficult terrain for everyone. So that is going to be your turn as it takes us over to Arya, staring forward at this thing.
How far is the big guy from me?
Big guy.
It's looking like it's looking like about 65 feet.
How
Or not, sorry,
far?
not 65. Oh my
How
god.
far is the space in between the little guy and the
He is 55 feet away.
Oh, okay.
And then the little guy,
Because I'm thinking about getting in the space right in between there, because when I'm large, they should both be within my range.
the little guy's 35 feet away. If you move 35 feet, you are here. Roughly, yeah.
I have more movement than that, though.
Yeah, do you want to go further?
Yeah.
How
I'm
much
gonna
do
go
you
like
get
all the way. So they're in like a line in front of me. I want to be also part of that line.
Do you have 50 or 60?
I have 40, but I'm also going to rage, which gives me an extra 20.
You can easily get there. That is difficult terrain. What you're standing on is you're kind of standing on like a rooted section of a massive tree that's blighted veins kind of shoot out in every direction, cover the ground. But you're no stranger to it. You're not uncomfortable with it, and so you just stand between them.
Yeah. Arya, like, when she rages, it's just her. She always keeps her posture very nice and very neat, as if she is on display.
Mhm.
When she rages, she finally lets it slump. And, you know, she grows 5 feet. I love her so much.
Yes.
Anyways, she's also going to imbue her elemental cleaver with lightning damage.
Okay.
And then she
Where did I put it? Go ahead.
is going to.
You're good. I'm looking for your large base. It looks like they do not have it. So for now, we'll use this as you.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay. She is going to hit Big Man.
All
She's
right.
going to hit Big Man.
big man.
She's gonna like, as her elemental cleaver increases in size with her, just like immediately go for one of the arms that's reattaching itself to him.
So go ahead and take your attacks.
Yes.
I have to ask, did she put Pygmaeus down? Or is
I
Pygmaeus
would
fully
assume
unlocked for the
so.
ride?
Yes.
I'm still riding.
You're still riding?
I'm still
I
riding.
would have half movement speed.
For real?
Yes.
Even though if I'm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So they would have to
Even
say
as
yeah.
a small creature.
Not if you're large.
You're
right?
not a small. Oh no, you are.
I go from medium as a human to small.
Yeah.
Unless we want to go by.
No, but either way, she would have
Sure,
to say you
sure.
down.
Yeah,
So
you have to say in that.
go ahead and take
No
your
reason.
attacks.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does in fact hit.
Thank God. Okay.
How's it gonna be scary?
That's 14 damage for the first one.
Okay.
And then she's just going again.
Oh, cow.
Also, if he is capable of being prone,
You were asking if he's capable of being prone. How are you checking?
because my halberd is toppled.
Topple. So when you go to topple, you do notice that it cannot be prone as its roots are actually dug into the earth itself.
Okay.
You can tell this thing, especially with that though, as you try and like sweep out its legs from underneath it, you notice that it's rooted to the ground, so it can't be prone, but it also seems like that's going to make it slower.
I see.
Unfortunate.
11.
11. Well, that's not going to hit, unfortunately. As you go and take your second swing, but this time as you hit it, you kind of bring your halberd down across a section of the bark of the tree that is actually mostly intact. And the bark itself, while it scrapes and splinters in different directions, blocks most of the attack, preventing actual harm from befalling the creature. That is your turn.
Imagine, like, you know how sparks will fly
Yeah.
if you scrape metal against
It's
each other?
the splinters.
Like, yeah, well, it's like the lightning from
Yeah.
your attack,
Ooh.
just like
Yeah.
fizzling off.
Nice. So that is your turn. That takes us
Yes.
to its turn.
Is she ending her turn within my sphere?
I don't think so.
I don't
honestly.
believe so. 30 feet, correct?
30 feet radius?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as it kind of finishes rising up, you see different sections of its body pulled together by the blight and sealed by these runes. You watch as it brings up its arms where these tendrils of the curse have coalesced. Inside of it, you see shattered and broken pieces of bark and stone that have kind of almost embedded themselves into its skin. As it kind of brings it up, it smashes its own arms against the ground. You see it knocks some of those loose, and then kind of picks them up and kind of and just launches them in y'all's direction. It is going to make first 2 thorn volley attacks. First against Pygmaeus, second against Kai. For Pygmaeus, that is going to be a 25 to hit, and for Kai is an 18.
Oh, let me check my DC real quick.
Check your AC, it might not hit.
Who knows? Yeah. 13? Is that
Oh.
clear?
I'll move.
Kai is going to cast shield, so that does not hit.
Okay, so you cast shield. I think that's 8. Yeah, I've not used these dice yet. You take 18 piercing damage, Pygmaeus, as a massive section of broken off bark kind of slices across your skin, getting through the fur and leaving a wound right on the side of your chest that you kind of like lean down and clutch. Despair. The other one, you see a section of a boulder that has been broken off flying in your direction, and you immediately raise a shield and you watch the pebbles scatter across it and fly in every direction around you. Up next is going to then use Cursed Roots on you as you watch sections of the ground kind of and rise in your direction. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Oh boy.
Did you say 13?
Mhm. 18.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20 does save.
That did it good on dexterity saving throws.
Yes. So, you only take 7 necrotic damage, halved again to 3. As you watch a section of the root try and wrap around your ankle, but you manage to kind of like lift up your leg and stomp it into the ground, but you do still feel a section of that curse rise up and almost boil at this section of your skin, or I guess it's just your foot since you're barefoot. But you're mostly fine. Lastly, will use slam against you. Just a plane as it raises this kind of massive meteor arm and just swings in your direction. That is only going to be a 16.
That does hit.
That does hit though. Barbarian. You take 17 bludgeoning damage, halved down to 8. Yeah. So
I'm so good at math, guys.
as it kind of
Holy
just brings
shit.
down the arm into you, hits your shoulder and leaves what will be a bruise maybe at some point. But right now it's kind of a hit and it rolls off the rest of your body. That takes us through its turn as it kind of rises and kind of. You start hearing like pieces of phrases, like single letters, as it clearly is attempting to form something, but without a mouth, it cannot scream. So that is going to be its turn, number 4.
Am I hearing any specific word?
No, you are hearing like sounds that sound similar to like letters or like short words, but nothing really intelligible.
Okay.
It sounds like it learned this language on Duolingo.
Number 4.
That's me. So we're kind of surrounded, and Vala really hates this.
Mm-hmm.
And she, I imagine through the trees, is not really spotting everyone. So as much as she wants to bolt, she doesn't see a good way to do that.
She does
So-
have 300 feet of dark vision.
She does have 300 feet of dark vision, but there's like a lot of trees in the way, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I think, despite the fact that technically her first action should be bolting, like that's the way I wrote her, she is not able to do that.
Mhm.
And it's,
Especially when you look back and see one of these like weird creatures on the ground, like kind of like in the path that you guys came from.
Little
Oh
gremlin.
boy.
Yeah, little gremlin guy.
she is instead, once I make it back to my grimoire, she is very much nervous about this, and she's going to pull out her bow,
Mhm.
and she is going to aim it at which direction is she facing? That creature over by the house.
Okay.
Yeah. And I am going to see what that does for me.
As a reaction, I want to grant her advantage on her
Okay.
attack.
Sounds good.
Okay, good. So that is, I think that's a 16 to hit that one.
16 to hit that one.
Yes.
Does hit.
Okay, cool. In that case, she, as it hits, she sees it and she points and she yells, "Brace and tag," which is a habit of doing field research.
Mhm.
And with that, grasping vines form from the ground around it, and she is cast Ensnaring Strike. It is going to make a strength saving throw, and then I'll tell you what happens if it makes that.
That is a 15.
It just makes that,
Ah.
unfortunately. On a successful save, they shrivel away and the spell ends, but for a brief moment, it was restrained. It does not take the damage.
Now,
because-
you do see as the Ensnaring Strike hits and these kind of roots from the ground rise to try and grab it, you watch as blighted sections of roots come up and almost grab at your tendrils and rip them back to the earth.
I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
Boo.
Boom.
I can't do that kind of
Get off stage!
However, because it was hit, she's also using Dreadful Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to roll like a lot of damage. Oh, sick. That's 12 damage that it takes from that.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, instead of going semi-incorporeal like she probably should, she's going to cast Expeditious Retreat and is running as far as she can away from as many things as she can.
So there are 2 things behind you
Mhm.
and 2 things ahead. There is this kind of covered section here of what used to be some kind of like gazebo or awning next to what looks like what might have been a well. There's like this also broken down house that you could maybe run to, but other than that,
Hold
you're
on.
kind of have everyone on all sides.
Hold on, I think she actually can't do that. Yeah, she already used her bonus action, so she is actually just going to.
You could just normally move.
Yeah, she is just normally moving, trying to get away. So she's going to move
The
her.
most away
30
you can get is
feet.
kind of backing yourself against this tree line, but then you
Yeah.
are stuck there. You could get closer this way.
How close to that house with the roof does she get?
She would get to like its opening here.
Okay, and how tall is that roof?
That roof is only about 10 feet up.
Cool, she's jumping on it.
Okay. So
She will be on the roof.
you run over, jump up. Real quick to crew, Bianca, is there blue tack back there? Can you hand it to me?
On the roof. On the roof. On the roof.
That's tape at work. No, you don't need to cut. I just need the tape.
This is a TikTok thing.
Is it back there? It might not be.
She's just happy to be on the roof because that's where
It's probably
Oh,
downstairs.
you're
Bring
just
the tape.
cheering on. Hell yeah, dude.
Okay. Sorry.
I was just being like,
I thought this is a
We
STEM
will
I'm
improvise.
familiar with.
no.
I like to collect them all.
So, you jump up onto the roof using your Herringon hop to kind of leap up into the air and land directly onto this kind of rooftop. It is shaky, and you can see there's sections of blight veins that kind of try and come up onto the top of it. But when you land, you see like dust kind of raise into the air, and you hear the wood creak underneath you. But it holds for now.
because she weighs nothing.
True.
And she is going to.
Yeah, Arya tried to do that.
She's readying herself by like starting to grab at her spear for her next.
I'm assuming she's out of my area effect.
Likely.
Nobody's getting it
Yes,
apparently.
I literally casted it for you.
Yeah.
I made you cookie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
As you jump up onto
Arya
that
knows
roof, you
nothing.
jump up. That is going to be your turn. That takes us then to number 5, which is these creatures.
Yeah.
As you see spindly arms, disconnected sections of joints, bodies formed by the scraps of what remained. As these things kind of skitter in anyone's direction, can they enter the Twilight Sanctuary?
So they can,
Mhm.
but when they end their turn, I can make them frightened. Jesus Christ!
Velda was suddenly very glad she left.
Oh. Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, was I
That guy's
supposed to
not
grant
gonna try to
myself
leave.
a d6 hit points when I ended my
Yeah, you
turn?
ended your turn.
Yes.
So, they run up. You notice that when they run, their bodies kind of twist and contort in every direction. Not only are they faster than the ones you previously faced, they seem a little bit less fortuitous. But these two come up behind you, Natalia, and the first one is going to make its attacks on you. It's going to make a slam and a bash. The slam probably is going to miss. That is a 13.
Yeah.
Misses. The bash will likely hit at a 22.
Disadvantage. My Steel Defender's gonna deflect its attack.
Is that one? What's the range on that?
5 feet?
Oh, but she's with an ally within. Is
Yeah.
it ally within 5 or enemy within 5?
It's, I believe, the enemy within 5.
I don't believe they are.
Okay, gotcha.
Not that one. The other one that's about to hit Pygmaeus.
Okay, I'll do it for Pygmaeus then.
Yeah, so the bash comes up behind you. You take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As it comes up behind you, and you see it actually stays relatively low to the ground. The first one tries to kind of like hit against your back. The second one, when it bashes, you see it kind of takes its arm as sections of the roots recoalesce over its forearm, making this kind of like meaty, almost hammer, and it just slams it towards your calves. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was down.
I fell off.
Fell off the roof.
I fell off.
Well, that's what about playing on the roof.
That's a 6.
A 6 is going to fail.
My face.
You watch as this thing brings its arm down across your calf. I'll face it in a second. Across your calf, you are swept off your feet and land on your back on the blighted veins. It is then going to use its reaction, return to the earth, and push you into the blight. I need you to make a blight save.
Oh my gosh.
As it essentially kind of sweeps you, you fall to the ground. It takes its like mangly hands and just shoves you further in as best as it can.
It's 15.
A 15 will, in fact, save. Yes.
Oh god.
The other one is also going to use its reaction and return to the earth, as they are both next to you, and
Okay.
also attempt to shove you into
So
the
another
ground.
one?
Another strength. Or
Another one.
Yeah. Sorry, you make a blight save.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
blight save.
Yeah, which you're at level 1?
It's a 0.
0, so it's con.
I've been keeping a tracker of that.
Shit. That's 11.
So, with 11, you see or actually you all kind of see it turned around as this creature comes up behind Natalia, sweeps off her feet in a not good way, pushes her into the ground, or the other one attempts to, but it can't, and then the other creature that had moved around from the other side also shows up and also puts its hands on Natalia's shoulders and just like wraps it into the blighted roots, forcing her to make contact with it. Is then going to, as you're prone, take its attacks on you with advantage. That is going to be a 16 on one and a 24 on the other.
My AC is 16.
So means it beats it. So that is a total between both attacks of 19 damage. As you are prone on the ground between these two creatures, one of which swept you off, the other which came in, pushed you into the blight, and then raised up two hands and just kind of slammed them into your body as hard as it could. The other one is going to come up toward Pygmaeus and make the same attacks against you.
You said 19 damage?
Yes, total. The first attack is going to be is that an 18 or 16? That's an 18. So that is 25, and then a 17 to hit.
Huh?
Is it a 25 and a 17? Is that,
One of them is going to be with disadvantage.
Yeah, are you asking with the disadvantage?
okay, so all of this, okay. That first one's instead a natural 1.
Okay.
So, the first one,
He makes a blight
it
save.
comes up towards you, like, kind of springs you on all fours, almost like a weird, there's a specific reference, I'll tell you about it later. It comes sprinting towards you. As it is about to raise its hands to just kind of like bring a fist in your direction, Steel defended the mule steps. And what does it look like for the mule to like deflect a blow?
When the mule deflects the blow, what happens is you see that its ear, it looks like a mule's ear, but it kind of shoots out like paper wraps and just attaches itself to it before and just pushes aside before it can hit it.
As it kind of like brings back a fist, it wraps around and pulls out of the way to where the fist kind of goes to the side of you and it stumbles forward. On the next attack, though, that is still going to hit.
Before that happens, Pygmaeus with his staff, standing tall as an orangutan would, says, "True peace comes with accepting your punishment."
Okay.
As the first one misses.
I see. The second one is going to hit, though.
Yes.
That is 11 bludgeoning damage. And I need a strength save.
Yeah.
With disadvantage for this one? For all of them with disadvantage?
No, not on saves.
Not a save.
Not on saves.
Uh,
That would be cool.
this one down. These are my charms.
Oh! Oh my god!
What'd you say, strength? Well, with a strength of 10, the modifier would be 0. So a total of 3.
0. So, oh my god. It comes up behind you, and after it misses the first punch and you say that, you just feel a leg grab at your ankle and pull as you are knocked to the ground and will use its reaction return to the earth to shove you in and force you to make a blight save. What level are you at right now?
Wouldn't you like to know? The fuck?
Yeah, I got a lot to keep track of.
boy.
2. I mean, not 1. I'm
So
at 1.
you're going to, I need a strength saving throw.
Oh my god.
With that roll and a strength score of 10 and a modifier of 0, it is a 5.
So you lose 9 current and max HP.
Someone here is
Drink the
just
potion.
someone here did something so horrible. You radiate energy that's just been fucking up my rolls, dude. Come on now.
I feel like you're projecting.
I literally brought new dice for
So-
him too.
You are pulled off of your feet and shoved into the biter. As you are pulled into the ground, you feel sections of the veins kind of crawl onto your fur and kind of like lick at different directions of your body, trying to like fully envelop you. That is going to be their turns. That takes us to number.
Lick?
Or sorry, one more against you.
What's the safe word?
14 and a, oh my god, it is a 14 and a 10.
It's clicking.
Neither hit.
So, this other one does not have flanking because you're not technically within 5 feet of the other creature. So, as you are kind of swinging down on the massive kind of blighted tree in front of you, this amalgam comes up behind you and attempts to claw at your legs, but you are just so massive it has a hard time finding any kind of purchase.
Once again, you know how horses like kick their legs
Yeah.
in reaction
Yeah.
when they get yeah.
So, that is all of their turns.
They are now frightened.
They are now
The ones
frightened.
in my sphere
Okay,
are now frightened.
I have.
So, 3 of these things, as they kind of get there and are swinging at you in different directions, you see. 1 second. There you go. You start seeing them kind of like skitter away for a second, almost like trying to back off before you literally see the blighted roots around them dig into their legs and shove them forward. So,
Oh.
that is going to be all of them frightened, which does mean disadvantage on all their attacks going forward. That is going to be their turn. That takes number 6,
Okay.
which is Kai, currently in the midst of all of this. You see Natalia knocked to the ground and being like pushed into the earth.
Yeah. I think Kai just whispered to himself and says, well, fuck the gods. I'm here now. And he is going to command his mule. Oh god.
Okay.
To grapple Natalia.
Okay. You can choose to fail.
Yes, please fail.
So
I mean, if it's just grabbing me and
Yeah.
like she's in the earth. She's like,
yeah.
"Huh?"
Notably, these creatures that shove you to the ground do not grapple you; they just push you. So you are
Yeah.
still like free to get up and move.
So if the mule tries to grab her, she'll let it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
gotcha.
she doesn't really know. She's kind of like in a
Mhm.
panic state
Yeah,
right
the
now.
mule's gonna grab you, pull her away from them.
And that does not provoke opportunity attacks. It is not technically like willing movement. of
I
you
also
walking
have
away.
kinetic jaunt, so it doesn't
True.
happen
Yeah.
anyways.
And then just move her to the side, I guess, away from everyone.
The defender, if it chooses to stay here, can kind of put Natalia in the
yeah,
middle.
it'll do that.
Still prone, but in the middle.
Okay.
And then bonus, yeah, that's his bonus action. Damn. Okay. And then he will can't do it for Pygmaeus. He'll make an attack. He'll run up to that one. Yeah, the one next to that one over there. And he'll make an attack on him.
Okay.
Just have to hit once. God dang it. That is a 13?
13 does not hit.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
And he is going to he's going to make a nick attack and replace it with an oil flask. So he's going to throw a vial of oil.
Okay.
It needs to make a dex save.
So you proc Nick as you try and swing for it. The second it misses, but you like kind of take your trajectory and use it to reach into your bag behind you and just throw a flask of oil in its direction.
Sweet.
Not good. 4.
Okay, it fails. It is covered in oil.
6.
Okay. Covered in oil. For the next minute, any fire damage it takes grants it an additional 5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you throw the flask of oil as it kind of like splash over its body, the glass shattering. You guys start seeing it kind of reflecting this, the oil glittering off of its like weird amalgamated form. Is that your turn?
The second attack, that is a 14.
14 does not hit,
Okay.
unfortunately. He
Um,
can't hear you, proc Nick.
yeah. And then he is going to he's going to get his little bird
Okay.
with its wand of magic missile and take a shot at the guy that he's been trying to hit this whole time.
All right. As Goosey kind of flies up, and you see as magic missiles fly through the air in its direction.
That's disgusting.
Is that triple ones?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's 6 force damage.
Oh wow.
Oh.
This is your karma for getting 4 nat 20s during the practice games.
True. We did have like prep games where we were just getting used to the characters, and you rolled like 30 natural
Yeah.
20s.
Well, the problem is I am poisoned and I have disadvantage on my attacks, so
Yeah.
I can't do that. So
Is that the end of your turn?
that is my turn, yeah.
So,
You get an extra. D6. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 hit points for you.
7 hit
Thank
points.
you.
As you start kind of feeling the aura of the Twilight Sanctuary give you at least a little bit of hope in your heart. That is going to take us number 7, which I believe is Pygmaeus.
Tell me, for Wild Shape as a level 8 druid, what is my max CR? I thought it was 2, but apparently it's 1 from what I wrote down, but it is what I wrote down.
Let's see. As we take a moment to think through this. Wild Shape. Where's the B-shape table? Oh, I see. Your druid level 8.
Yes.
Max CR is 1, and you can choose things with a fly speed.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Is animated armor supposed to be in this list?
No, that's not a beast.
True, actually, that's his construct.
True. What the hell's going on over there? You want to share your notes to class?
But
We have to do it this way because I fear it's copyrighted.
I'm going to
Pretty good. All right, Pygmaeus.
yes. Pygmaeus is going to drop his staff and will chant under his breath, and he will stop, and slowly his fur and skin turns green, and he starts bulging, as almost as if he's being inflamed. He turns into a giant toad. Or,
That is so funny.
giant, toad, not frog.
Let's go!
I like frogs, but the way you described him transforming into one was really gross.
There's someone sitting next to me going, blowing him up.
From Shrek. Oh my god, where they become the balloons. That's exactly who I'm thinking of.
Arya is definitely more disgusted by the image of
All
Pygmaeus
right,
turning into a
You
frog.
do look
and then-
over, you're like, all this combat's happening around you, chaos is erupting, these creatures all around you. You look over you.
Yeah.
You just look over and see Pygmaeus.
She's definitely more disturbed of the image of Pygmaeus turning into a frog than the blight.
So, what do you do?
I don't know. What does a giant toad do? I didn't go that far.
Does it
Brother.
constantly like attacks and stuff?
Fuck.
I assume, but I never wrote that
It
down.
is fair that he does not have the stat block. He does not have a device on him.
Oh, that is fair. I forget.
So, you have a few options here. First, you have Standing Leap, which lets you jump up to 20 feet as a high jump.
Okay.
Only beat me by 5.
Secondly, you have the Bite action, which can grapple a target and then swallow, where if a target is grappled, you can simply swallow if they are small or smaller,
Okay.
which is none of these creatures. So you really just have a Bite action that can also grapple.
Okay. And you said the standing leap,
20 feet up in the air.
20 feet up in the air. How much damage would that be if I were to come down? Do you know?
Not very much, because you're not the heaviest thing ever.
Okay. What's my movement and health?
Health is 18, armor class is 11, speed is 30 feet.
AC. Oh my god, this is ass.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
yeah.
didn't we discuss the consequences of eating blight?
Does touching it with my tongue count or bite?
As long as you don't ingest it.
Gotcha. You
Now,
said how much
not
movement?
gonna help. What?
How much movement?
30. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say you take your bite attack so we can keep
Yes.
this rolling. Go ahead and roll me a d20 and you're going to add 3. What is that?
There's a 1.
So bonus action is used to transform into the frog. You use your action to kind of and throw a tongue in the direction where these things attempt to like wrap around it. But as it goes and connects to the creature, you watch as the creature kind of like almost moves its arm in an unnatural way out of the way, and the tongue kind of and just goes back to your mouth. And then it's your turn. Unless you want to do anything with your movement. So
Never mind.
Don't eat the blat.
I don't even want to try anymore.
I mean that was your
Until my
action.
next round comes.
Yeah, that was your action and bonus action.
Yeah.
You don't really have
Okay.
anything left.
You also get 7 temporary HP.
Once you bring us back to the roll with Natalia, what are you doing?
I'm
You are
prone.
currently prone, so you can use half your move to stand up.
Oh, it has my movement. Oh,
Yes.
saucy. Okay. I thought it was an action.
No, it's
Okay.
just half your
So
move.
awful.
That would be terrible. That would make getting prone so much worse.
Pathfinder
I
again.
think it is.
Yeah.
I keep losing
Because of the 3 action system.
Mhm.
Oh, it's okay. That changes not a lot of what I was gonna do. Natalia will pop up,
Mhm.
kind of gasping.
Yeah.
Because she's just been blighted, and that was traumatic. Excuse me, 2 people shoving me into the earth. And just feeling very precautious. She's going to cast. Where is it? Shield of Faith on herself.
Okay.
As a bonus action. And then as an action, she will.
Now, when you cast Shield of Faith,
Yes.
you've seen creatures of the Blight get interested in stuff before. They kind of shift in your direction, or like when Valdo casts Fireball, they kind of like all turn slowly.
Correct.
When you cast Shield of Faith, you watch as every single one of their heads snaps on its neck to whip in your direction.
Yeah.
And then you also see
Bring it
Arya
on.
in front of you, this massive creature that was like lumbering your direction, slamming and throwing everything it had towards you, kind of. Alright.
Come at me, bitches. To apply my
Don't
shield.
say that when I only have 1 reaction and there's 2 guys next to me.
I'm fine. If I wanted to apply my shield, is that a
This
bonus
bonus
action? Okay. Ooh, I
so you
wanted
still
to use
got
my bonus action. Okay, so
Your like actual shield.
Yeah.
That's an action.
Oh, I see. Like pull it out and equip it?
Yeah.
That is nice.
okay. So I'm gonna,
Shield of Faith and Shield.
Yeah. God
which will
damn.
bring my AC up to 20.
Pretty good.
Damn.
As you like, you see the kind of Shield of Faith fall over you, that extra level of protection, and then you reach onto your back, pull off the shield, and are holding it in front of your body right now.
She's like all prestige that she ever held
Mhm.
is gone. After being shoved into the earth, she's a bit dirty, and she's just like she's got this look in her eye that she's just about to like fight her way out like a cornered animal.
All right.
And that's Natalia's turn.
That is your turn. It is your turn.
Very
Um,
first.
What is your passive insight?
12.
12. All right, go ahead.
Very first thing that Arya does is turn to Valdove and go, you know the big explosion fire thing?
Yeah.
Do it!
Not me. Her. Her.
Okay, yes, me!
Okay.
And then she is going to, after conveying that,
Yes.
like she turns to speak to Valdove and then just like takes all of her momentum in order to slam her halberd.
Yeah, just spin back around. And
Yeah.
the thing.
Exactly.
All right, go ahead.
24.
24 hits, absolutely.
Nice.
How much damage?
16.
16. And then second attack?
Yes. No. 12.
12 does not hit.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
that's what I figured.
As
And I
it-
rolled a 10 on the
As the first attack comes down, a ton of momentum behind this thing. As you spin to talk about Valdo, spin back around, bring down the halberd, it sinks directly in between the sections of bark that this thing has on its body, cutting well into the sections of light. You hear this kind of hissing sound as violet mist pours out from it, in like almost in lieu of blood. And then you, as you go for the second strike, see this thing kind of bring up its arms where sections of bark cover the front, almost bring it up like a shield as it kind of takes the hit and stumbles backwards momentarily.
question.
Mhm.
You know how people with like muscles or things with muscles spasm when they're
Yeah.
hit with electricity? Does the blade do that?
You would see like sections of its body spasm, almost as if there is like flesh or bone to parts of it, but a lot of it is seemingly like a section of a tree, it's vegetation.
Yeah, it's just for my personal enjoyment.
Yes. That is your turn.
Yes,
Okay.
that will be my turn.
As your turn, as it brings us to this thing in front of you.
Is she maybe in my sphere now?
I don't believe so.
Doubt it.
but let's
I doubt it,
check.
but I just want to know. It is a 30-foot radius.
Not quite. She's like 10 feet out of
Okay, cool.
it.
I would never turn down 10 meters.
So, you see this thing in front of you, kind of look around in every direction, and a section of what almost looks like what might have been a bush kind of comes up and cracks open to form something of a maw, and you see it start kind of moving it up and down as it starts speaking to the other creatures, kind of. Give me. What would that be?
Oh,
I speak it.
You do speak it. Give me a history check. You're gonna get a certain amount no matter what.
Okay.
But this is more so if you can get anything extra on top of it.
Gotcha. Alright.
This
This
dead
is
thing
at
is
disadvantage because I'm by level 1.
speaking in dead languages.
Guys, that was a nat 20 and a 5. That's a 8.
8.
Oh,
You can't quite figure out what it seems to be getting out. You're starting to pick up pieces of phrases and interconnected sentence structures, but they're so loose and cracked and broken up that it's hard to really make into something that can be digested. The only thing you do get, even without that roll, is that you can eliminate one of your languages. You know it's celestial, but you know it is some kind of old, archaic form of celestial. So, that is your turn, or not your turn. That is it's speaking as you do the check.
May I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
She's panting with her shield in front of her. She's just gonna call out. She doesn't really know where Valdev is, but she's gonna say, "They're speaking Celestial."
So Valdev on the roof hears that. As it says that, you watch the creature behind you. You kind of see over your shoulder, turns around and kind of goes, and crawls off, or attempts to.
Bop
Are
him.
you gonna let it go?
Big guy already took his turn, right?
No, he's about to go.
No, okay. I feel like I have to prioritize keeping big guy here. I'm gonna be so real.
Okay. So this thing is going to use its full movement speed.
Because he's looking at you and you cast Shield of Faith.
It can get all the way to you guys, but it can't. Or actually, it's not turn yet. What am I saying?
Yeah.
It turns.
Yeah, that's why I was. That's why I
I'm
was
getting
confused.
lost. A lot of stuff going on. The creature in front of you is going to also attempt to kind of shamble past you.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to tell him no.
Once it gets here is when you swing.
Okay,
Ooh.
22.
22 does hit.
That's 14 damage.
14 damage, and you stop his movement as you
His speed becomes a 0.
As you kind of dig into the back of him with Sentinel, holding it down, you see as this thing's entire form kind of like shifts in on itself, almost rotating like a globe before it turns to face you, and you see, interestingly enough, almost an expression cross what was a completely blank front, as almost like frustration falls on it, and it's going to use all 4 of its slam attacks on you.
You know, that's fair. I just imagine like her pulling the halberd forward and like hooking it around its shoulder and then just dragging it back.
That is a 14, a
Yeah,
16,
hits.
an 18,
Hits.
and a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
So the first one is 15 bludgeoning damage, half to 7.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you the already half numbers.
Yeah, thank you.
7, and this is the crit. Half again, 17 bludgeoning damage. As the first one this thing takes on you is a little bit thrown off, its speed just reduced to 0. It kind of wildly slams in your direction. But the other ones, you see it kind of like really focuses in, and just these massive, blocky section of its body slam towards you, bringing down as much force as it can muster, and just start wailing on Arya. That is its turn, as it just starts absolutely just unleashing onto you.
Yeah.
And now it is going to be number 4,
that's me.
Valdo.
So Valdev was having a conflict of interest with, do I do languages or do I do fireball? And having seen her friend get beaten down, she is going to cast tongues instead.
Damn it!
Because she's a little worried. She knows
She
that
doesn't look
she'll
hurt
be
yet.
okay.
She's not
she's-
physically hurt yet.
She doesn't want to be the reason you start looking hurt.
Fair enough.
That has already happened. Um,
hit me with a fireball.
I can take it.
So she is
Please,
ritual.
please, please, please.
She's ritual casting tongues
Okay,
to
but as
Listening.
ritual adept, you can make it just an action.
right. So she's just casting
Yep.
tongues and listening in. And I think I actually I have that one that's a bonus action that I'm not going to have her do, but she will as a bonus action. No.
So I want it to be known that you can only do the ritual casting as a regular casting action once a day.
Okay. So I think she used it this morning.
I'm fine if you just did a straight up normal ritual, then you would have had the
She
time.
does a ritual cast then.
Okay, so here you are using your ritual adept to cast tongues as fast as possible. As soon as you do, you start feeling these kind of interconnected pieces of language start to almost fit together like a puzzle, and you start understanding phrases and words. As the rest of the party just kind of hears, you, Aldo, are hearing strange kind of. It's like as if something did not have vocal cords or a mouth, but is attempting to speak a language. It's scratchy, it's raw, it's broken, but the ideas are there. The first thing you get is like battlefield communication, like very advanced levels of strategy where they seem to be telling each other how to position and move to block pathways. Especially the big one kind of almost barking out directions in the towards the small amalgams around you all. As that is happening, and amongst that, as you are hearing like them trying their best to not necessarily say like go here, go there, but more so these sections of phrases that indicate intent. You also hear them just every once in a while, these like phrases keep being repeated over and over again, almost habitually, like they aren't meaning to. The first part you hear is the knowledge to survive. Lend us in faith. That is all you hear for now. You will hear more as the battle goes on.
Because I keep forgetting, if y'all are trying to do something that you feel like you might not succeed in terms of attack, ask me for a reaction because I keep forgetting to bring all that.
And just to clarify, in case you all couldn't fully hear it, and for our audience, what it said was the knowledge to survive, lend us in faith. That is going to be
Tracy.
turn, or that is going to be your turn.
Mm-hmm.
What's your action? You gonna stay put?
Yep. She is going to yell out, "These things are intelligent, and they are more so than I initially thought. Cut and run might be our best option."
You say that as you're starting to understand, but also as you cast that magic, you see two of them look towards each other, look towards you, and go, "There," as they point in your direction.
Boo!
Let me double check something before I get this wrong. You see them both point in your direction. You, for the first time, notice, especially with being able to understand them, as they're looking around, kind of seeing the blighted veins underneath them, seeing these kind of like weird pulses, almost of like a shooting in every direction. You see as you cast the spell, a pulse of light kind of burns through the ground. As it hits them, they kind of look at each other and go, "Divination." They recognize the school of magic you've cast, and two of them turn in your direction.
Oh boy.
That is going to be your turn. That takes us then to number 5, which is them. These two, already frightened of you, are going to, or at least this one is going to move away as best it can. Your hawk and you, Nawaf, get a reaction, or an opportunity attack. Actually, I think you've already used your reaction this round.
He hasn't.
No,
I'm
no,
not,
no.
actually.
But if you use the opportunity attack, you will not be able to use your hawk.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Okay. And then I don't believe your hawk actually gets one because was it flying with the wand of magic missiles or?
It was, yeah.
So yeah. Unlike the anything actually gets as it moves away, it's going to make an athletics check.
At disadvantage, it's frightened.
Disadvantage is frightened. That is going to be.
Get frightened, blighted.
15, that is enough. I need to check his movement speed though. Yeah, he can make it. As I'm not gonna put him on the roof, but he kind of like skitters up. He does have to use his action to dash. He doesn't have just enough movement, so he does have to dash. As you see it kind of like climbing up the like side of this gazebo, kind of like wrapping the tendril of its blight around it, almost using it as hooks to kind of get up the side before it comes over the top, standing 5 feet away from you, kind of shifting in every direction.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. I believe it sounds like you speak to it as well.
I think so.
Do you say anything?
Yes. Assuming the spell lets me do this, which I'll let you double check. She, a researcher at heart, though terrified in this moment, asks, "Who are you?"
Oh, that's so interesting.
And not necessarily asking, like, who were you before the blight got you? She is asking the blight, who are you?
Give me a persuasion check, and because you have tongues, give me an advantage.
Why are you more than 30 feet away from me?
Probably.
God damn it.
Absolutely, yeah. Why?
Flash of genius.
Oh, yeah.
Advantage.
One of them just rolled a nat 1. But not. Then thankfully I had advantage to say, you said a persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a 15.
I am second to think on this.
Oh, the lore draw.
Could have been a 19.
Okay.
You see it kind of like recoil for a moment, not really expecting you to be able to speak to it in a way that it understands, as it kind of skitters backwards before looking at you, and you see a genuine like moment where the kind of overwhelming nature of the blight that seems to like collapse onto it fades, and in what may have been some kind of face, you swear for a moment there is a level where not a creature but a person is looking at you, and you hear the response,
"Beginning of the end and the start of tomorrow."
Get out of here!
that is going to be your turn.
Wow.
Or, sorry, that one's turn as it moves towards you. This one's going to actually just go to attack the steel defender, as it is in the way of the magic people. It does have disadvantage because it's frightened. That's double 19, so that's still going to hit. That one will not, though, at a 7. So, the first one is going to hit the steel defender and is going to deal 12 bludgeoning damage, and that is it.
Gotcha.
As it just kind of brings its fist down against the metal, or not metal, it's like a shadowy form.
Yeah, it's like wood.
Yeah, so it would like bring it down against that, and you hear like a soft thunk as the force impacts it, but nothing that is like devastating. Yes.
Just for me and our audience as a recap, what did it say?
It said the beginning of the end and the start of tomorrow.
Okay. Is there a way for her to make a religion check and try and figure out who the hell she's talking to?
Give me a religion check.
That's really bad. That was a 10.
You don't know. It's hard to tell. The biggest thing you get with off that religion check is that the things that it was saying before, those repeated phrases that you'll hear more of as the fight goes on, sound almost something like a prayer. What you are hearing now sounds like a person speaking. That is going to be that one's turn. The other one is going to swing twice at Kai. It disadvantage because of frightened. Natural 1. Natural 1. So, because of the frightened in the Twilight Sanctuary, it goes to swing down, and it like its foot gets caught on a section of blight, and its swings kind of wildly go in front of its body, missing you entirely as you just kind of step back carefully. That is going to be its turn. That is then this other one's turn, as it is now going to attempt to leave your range. But you've already used your reaction, so it will just go forward and attack Pygmaeus the frog. That is a 12 and a, oh my god, a natural 1. Holy
Wow.
As this one like skitters away from you, This one skitters away from you, gets over to you, Pygmaeus, the giant frog, and the first attack just kind of goes above your head. It clearly was anticipating a larger creature where it was going. The other one, as it attempts to try and get down on top of you, just kind of slides off your somewhat slimy exterior, kind of just...
Please, you'll get your chance.
That is that is their turn, number 6. Which
He's not frightened.
yes, at the end of his turn, he does gain the frightened condition.
Bitch.
That is going to be yes,
Just briefly. You said that some of them sound like prayers.
yes. You
Would
cannot
they-
understand them.
Okay. But because you said that I would have heard prayers and chanting
Mhm.
from people that I know in voices I do not.
Correct.
Does anything sound familiar?
Oh. Oh.
That is going to then take us to number 6, which I believe is Kai.
Yep.
Which is-
Could you give me advantage, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
yeah, please have it.
Kai, or who is it?
Yeah, it's Kai.
Kai hears the screech of the hawk, and it's so visceral. It kind of makes the hairs on your neck stand.
It's 18 to hit.
18 to hit.
On the
absolutely
guy,
hit. Yes, that absolutely hits.
Wow. Okay. That is 20 fire damage.
The first thing you discover when you hit this thing
Mhm.
is because of the extra fire damage as well from the flask of oil.
Yep.
When you hit it, you see the fire ignites and wraps over its body, and in a burst of kind of energy that you were not expecting, this thing crumbles to the ground, attempting to pull itself back together, and then falls and collapses. They do not show when they are visibly wounded, but it was
Dang.
as it collapsed to the ground. But
Gotcha.
when it dies, you see this mist kind of. I need you to make a blight save.
Yeah, of course. Which one is this? This is 3, right? So this is
Lore.
Dex?
Dexterity.
Okay. Okay, that is a 17.
Succeeds.
Thank goodness.
As you kind of just turn away in time, as that kind of violent mist kind of bursts in its body, the energy coalescing into almost this sticky ichor that kind of falls to the ground and wipes away underneath your boot. That is going to be your first attack.
First attack. And then I'm going to replace my Nick attack
Mhm.
with another oil
Mhm.
on that guy over there next to Pygmaeus.
And as you just pull out the vial and kind of throw it in his direction. What's
Yeah.
the save on that again?
Dex save.
I think that passes. 17.
Yeah, that passes.
Yeah. As this time, having seen it already done before, its body cracks in half and it just goes over its head.
I'm gonna move up to him still,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna make an attack on him.
Okay. Move it around.
Oh, 17 again.
17 again. Yeah. Absolutely hits.
21 fire damage on the second one.
21 fire damage, the second one, a hefty hit as you carve down the center, especially having just dodged the oil, it kind of cracks back up and you just rip through the center of its body, almost opening it in half. That would normally kill any other creature, but as it opens in the middle, it just kind of folds back in on itself, almost in turning inside out and then facing you again.
Yeah.
That is going to be both your attacks?
Yeah, that's all 3 of my attacks. My homunculus servant is going to take another water magic missile charge on the same person I'm attacking.
Okay.
God damn. Oh, I think that's average. That's 9 force damage.
As the magic missiles hit it, they rip through the body that is just newly formed and it can't quite seem to hold itself together enough. Those missiles piercing the skeletal system of what it had, and it crumbles to the ground and bursts outwards.
Oh, wow.
But here again, right in front of it, I need another blight
Oh
save.
God!
Okay. It's okay. I'm trying to get a pathway out
It
of
is what
here.
it is. It is what it is.
But you are clearing them out pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Ooh, 24.
Succeeds,
Thank
yeah.
goodness.
This time you are holding off, having known how bad it can get.
Pygmaeus, give me advantage. That's it. That's it.
It seems like he needs it.
You're the one
And
getting
he's getting more done.
Yeah, that's my
So,
turn.
is that your turn? That takes us then to number
Okay.
7.
Well, he actually It's 10 temporary HP.
10 temporary HP. Pygmaeus.
Yes. Natalia, remind me again, what does your the thing that you've cast on this area does?
Oh, that's sure.
So if you end your turn within it, you get a d6 plus 5 temporary HP. And then if a opposing creature, well, I can say you get that, or I can charm or frighten.
Gotcha.
So I can choose the effect. So right now it's obviously HP and frighten.
So you have been fighting that big guy over
Yes.
there. How's that going?
Arya doesn't look visibly wounded yet.
Okay, gotcha. How is it doing? How do you feel about the damage that you've been doing so far?
Oh, if I may,
Oh.
could Kai move closer
The
towards
blight
the big
creatures
guy?
don't show
with
how
the
much
rest
Yeah, you
damage
only
they
use like
take.
5
Right.
or
Gotcha.
10
You've
feet
been
of
doing
movement.
good.
So it's
You
20.
feel like you're confident
You
with your
could get
attacks.
I've missed 50% of my hits.
Nice. Okay.
Actually, before you go, give me 1 second. As when those things pass, you hear them uttering a second phrase.
Phrases.
The
Um,
notebook people.
You hear,
In fate we must.
Oh.
In the stars.
No.
Is this an aberration? Oh my god.
that is what you hear as they that is their last breaths. Well, they don't really breathe. Their last words as they fade away.
Okay.
Now, Pygmaeus, what are you doing?
1 second.
Could you repeat it? Like clearer?
In fate we trust, weaved in the stars.
The distance between that big boy
Yes,
and the one that's nearest to us.
correct.
What is it?
Oh no.
More accurate. Only 20 feet.
No, I can't do that one. Okay. Instead, I'm so sorry. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I'm going to cast Pygmaeus in frog costume. Throws his tongue to his staff, picks it up, and
I believe you can cast in wild shape now, can't you? Yeah. Can you? No, you can't.
what?
I thought they had that.
It might be a shepherd druid thing.
Let me
Oh,
double
it's
check.
still on there.
You might just have to drop wild shape.
Is while dropping it a bonus action?
Yes.
I don't know. Let's see.
News to me.
Yeah, that's. I think it's a bolt. No, it's not.
Oh shit, you're right.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah,
you're
no
good.
spell casting. Let's see if it's a shepherd thing. I doubt it though. Because for a second I was like, wait a second.
I think it would add a little.
They do not have shepherd in this book.
In any case, I drop.
Yeah, you
from-
can drop the farm.
Yeah, just no more of that bit.
But I believe with the new rules, you still keep your temporary HP.
Yes.
Oh, for real?
When you wild shape is no longer you replace your HP with a new one. It's you get temp HP. When that temp HP drops, then you drop out of wild shape. So go ahead and say what you want to do while I go find out temp HP for you.
Pygmaeus drops out of that frog costume and
Yes.
picks up his staff and says, "I'm so sorry." Animalia Coringoria! And slams his staff down, and at the tip of his staff, it grows 8 poisonous spiders onto the battlefield.
Is this conjure animals?
Conjure animals.
Yes.
Okay, so I will take care of those. You gain 5 temporary or 8 temporary HP.
Why?
When you wild shape, you gain a number equal to your druid level.
Huh?
You gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your druid level when you wild shape. So you have 8 temp HP.
What about the 13 from the...
It would not override it, so you still have 13 then.
No. The 18 that I got
From the frog.
from the frog.
Oh,
It's-
that's not how wild shape works anymore. You gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your druid level.
Oh, okay. I must have
Yes.
misheard what you said. Then I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. So you still have 8 temporary HP if you didn't have it already.
Gotcha.
As well as you guys conjure animals.
They changed conjure animals.
Did they? What is it now?
It is now a swarm of animals in
Okay.
a 15-foot radius
Okay.
sphere
That
that
is
you can move around and
Good for
attack.
you.
Thank god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can just treat them like a.
This is
mass.
35, so it's a little bit smaller, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
As you just summon. By the way, this entire area that he looking at, spiders. Spiders.
Yeah. So it says I can conjure
Please don't put them below our AC.
8 CR 1/4 or 1/4.
Okay.
And so they are, from my understanding, are poisonous, which are beasts.
Just tell me one creature you want them to attack, and I will take care of it.
Sure. Oh my god, giant poisonous snakes? I'm so sorry, constrictor. Sorry, constrictor snake. I'm so sorry, not the spiders. Somehow, kind of still
I
as
see.
bad as the spiders.
Oh yeah, I would call that about as bad.
About it.
Who do you
yes.
want them to
I'd say
attack?
worse.
I want them to attack the big guy.
Yes. No. 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 Yes. Yes. Okay. 3 hit.
Yeah, so it says here dex save for 3d10 force damage when entering or starting turn in space. Half on success.
Oh, never mind. They completely changed conjure animals.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
I
what
see.
I'm saying. That's my
So it
reaction
seems like,
too.
from what I understand, it's not for them to take that damage.
No, it's for the
whoever's-
creature. So when it starts its turn, it will take 3d10 force damage.
Yes.
Or is there
After
might,
a dexterity
there might be a save, yeah. So that is your turn, Pygmaeus. As you transform your bonus action, come out of wild shape, you regain, you hold your temporary HP as like a thin layer of slime still is on your body, and then you bring your staff up and down, and you just watch as sections of roots that were just barely unblighted kind of transform into snake. Kind of.
Okay.
So that is.
It makes a dex save 3 times. When the swarm enters the range of the creature, whenever the creature enters the space, and whenever it ends its turn. So you can actually take the damage 3 times. Yeah.
Holy.
Right.
21 damage right now. Force damage as these snakes kind of crawl towards it and kind of just start biting at different sections of the bite, ripping it away with their teeth, wrapping around it with different parts of their bodies, and like constrictor snakes do, squeezing it until parts of the bark break. That is going to be your turn. That takes us then to number 1, which is Natalia.
Hello. 1 moment.
Yes. While you do that, hello editors, 2-minute break. For y'all to know, yeah, we'll go and wave the yellow, just go and wave it now. And then keep drinking the ring, because it's literally gonna be 1 minute. We are likely gonna have to go to like 4:45. We can still take an hour break. I'm essentially borrowing time from the next episode, because I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this up in the next 15 minutes, but 30 I can probably do.
Are we being too slow?
No, we're on good pace. It's just, it's combat. It happens.
I understand.
So I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna shoot for 4:45, and then I'm still giving everyone their full hour break. We're just borrowing that time for the next episode. So we come back at 5:45 instead. So,
So,
going with green,
my
with
question.
the yellow. Actually, ask the question.
I can move Moonbeam, correct?
Correct.
As
A bonus action, I
a
believe.
bonus action. Okay, so I can cast it and then I can move it.
Yes, so we'll
Okay.
hold up for you. Go with the green. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. All right. So your question was about Moonbeam.
Yes. I'm able to move it after I cast it, correct?
Correct.
Bonus action?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it is a 5-foot radius. Can I see what that looks like on the map?
Yes, you may. If I can get this goddamn circle out. This is what it looks like.
Okay. Is there room? I can't really see over all the minis. Can I cast it on top of him without getting anybody in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna put
Natalia,
it behind him,
Yeah.
but it still hits him.
just pure grit right now. She's pissed. She's done. This is stupid. And she sees Kai just kind of like bop these two down real quick.
Yes.
And she's just kind of like, okay, fuck it. And I can cast this from a bit of a ways away. Natalia will move back like 10 feet. Can I?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. She'll move back 10 feet.
I believe that's 10. Yep, it's 10.
making way for her to cast this spell. She's never casted it up front, and she's kind of like, you know. And I'm going to cast a Moonbeam at the 4th level.
Ooh.
And so what that does is Natalia, she kind of like takes a deep breath in, and she conjures this twilight night energy, and she takes a deep breath, puts her arms back, and throws her hands up in the air, and a moonbeam just out of the blighted little forest floor.
Yeah, it like cuts through the rotted leaves above, striking into the ground nearby, and you watch as it strikes the ground kind of as the light is drawn forward.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a con save for him. He's at disadvantage because he's frightened.
That's a 16, so.
Okay, well, he fails.
Yeah, that is a failure.
Oh, well, on the dice, but yes, he still failed, absolutely.
Sweet. And Moonbeam at this level is 4 d10s.
What type of damage?
Radiant.
Yeah, radiant.
Would you like to borrow some of my d10s that I already have set out?
To be honest with you, the conjure animals, it didn't just come out of the ground. When he slammed his staff down, because I think it's even better, snakes just grew and shot out of the tip of it.
Like one of those
onto
like
the ground.
cans that you open up and it's the fake snakes?
Yes. Onto the ground, just slithering.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Important question. When I enter the snake's range, will they hurt me?
DM, you're gonna have to check that because for me, from how I read it,
I
seems
don't
like
believe so.
anyone.
I think it's, you can choose if it's conjure animal.
Because
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not certain.
the way I understand rules is, if it doesn't clarify, then the answer is yes. But,
You can choose it.
Yep.
You can choose
yeah.
Okay.
Whenever the pack moves in 10 feet of creature you can see, whenever creature you can see enters the space, you can force that creature.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
ah, okay. PogChamp.
Also, it's slashing damage, not force damage.
Okay.
Good to know.
Oh, what the hell?
That does do a matter roll.
Alright, you ready for this Moonbeam?
Yep.
That's going to be 23 damage.
23 damage as this thing is just seared from the back by this glowing, brilliant light. I will say something to note. When the light hits its back and you watch it scatters in every direction, the light seems to kind of like take hold and kind of glow in the light. It doesn't do as much damage as you thought it would.
It is
Is
the
it like half
celestial.
damage, or are you talking like
But
sliver-wise?
so is it still standing?
It is still standing. yes.
Okay.
Now, I will note that one has not been attacked yet by anyone. The others have all been attacked.
Yeah.
That one was the only one not been attacked.
So let me double check the wording on this again. Creature makes a save when it's when
Shape
the
changers are
spell's
real.
area moves into its space
I don't know if there's anything else to that spell.
and enters the spell's area or takes its turn. You know, Natalia's kind of done what she wanted to do with
Yeah.
that one. So for as my bonus action, I'd like to move it onto big guy.
How far can you move it? 30 feet?
Let's see. Later turns can move the cylinder up to 60 feet.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the light you kind of hits this guy and you kind of shunt it in the other direction. He will also make a save. Probably not. That is a 2 on the die. Yeah, absolutely not.
Giggling and kicking my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a calc?
Yeah, I need to. Wait, no, it's 3 9s.
Mm-hmm.
9 times 3 is
27.
27 damage.
Oh,
So 1 and 8, 2
Theater
9s.
major math.
I
You
will
know-
say, as the light strikes this creature, it kind of starting to burn away as well. The radiant damage doesn't do as much as you thought it would either onto this thing, as almost the light seems to kind of relish in it for just a moment before it starts to sear its body. Does still do damage. This thing finally falls.
Why are they radiant creatures? This is gross.
This thing finally falls to visibly wounded.
Mm.
They're
Um,
radiant
Ha, ha,
creatures?
ha.
They
Well,
speak celestial.
They
They
speak
speak
celestial.
celestial and they're not taking full damage from my radiant attacks.
They're raised resistant. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
They were
Um,
totally
That is
resistant.
going to be your turn.
away. Okay. How far is 10 feet? Just visually. Okay.
That's a respectable amount of distance.
Okay. Arya is gonna move in between the group and the big guy.
You have plenty of movement, you're fine.
Yeah. I believe when people are
You
behind
can
me,
get
they
there
half
and still
coverage.
reach. I believe. Yeah, you can still reach.
Okay. I would have loved if I could also be in range of the little one, but I don't think that's possible.
Not both, no.
So
The little one, I believe, is 20 feet. Yeah, about. Maybe 15.
20 feet.
Actually, I think it is 15 feet away.
You don't say.
So, what you doing?
She is going to, seeing that that's an immediate threat, and now that she's in between the big guy and the group, because I think people behind her get half cover when she's large.
I will double check that, but
Okay.
I'm not sure.
She's going to heave her elemental cleaver over her shoulder and throw it right at the guy in front of the eye.
Okay.
Okay, if I get blighted one more time,
As you kind of heave it and chuck the halberd in that direction.
Yes, yes. Wrong dice. Wrong dice. Me. It'd be nice. No. 16.
It's
Oh, thank God. Okay.
these things are squishy.
18 damage.
18 damage.
Yes.
That is enough. As the halberd just sails clean through the thing into the other direction, and it falls and crumbles.
You'll be fine.
When when this thing falls, you see it kind of collapses backward, cut in half by the halberd, and as it is like splitting apart, that mist emanates outwards. I need Pygmaeus and you to make a blight save, please.
This is how you thank me.
They have to die one way or another.
Yeah. Anyway, in a flash of light, the halberd comes back to her hand.
Yeah. And they kind of
Yeah.
flies to your hand.
God.
No. 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 You honestly almost got it just for the bit.
23.
23 saves.
Thank
I told
goodness.
you you'd be fine.
I'm not trying to push my luck with this.
No. He's so many ready.
So do we.
I gave out post notes to talk without getting caught on the mics, and it's just turned into chaos on the tables.
We now have server reactions.
Oh my god.
In
You
real life.
have Discord server reactions. What'd you get, Dewa? Blight save.
What's the bonus on this one?
Well, what level are you at? Is a dex save then. Go ahead, roll it. And come on then.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm just kidding. It was 11. I'm
Oh.
too honest to just go ahead and do that.
Oh god.
11.
No. I can't. It doesn't save.
Pygmaeus.
Would
I'm
it
sorry.
not?
Guess it's 16.
Yeah.
And
Pygmaeus.
Flash of Genius gives.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Wait, it didn't.
feel
She has the 15?
not
That's
only
the first
that
level.
That's it.
exhaustion
Not
and
bad.
fatigue, you feel the taste of iron in your mouth from a little bit of blood. You start to really notice, even though they kind of lie underneath your fur, those runes are just a little bit brighter, circle a little bit more, and very brightly from yourself, from the area around you, and especially from Natalia nearby. An overwhelming, almost maddening scent of sage lingers in the air. So,
Pygmaeus sniffs, and you can almost see his body kind of relax a little bit, and he squints and says, "Mother."
Ah.
say that as you kind of like look in that direction, and then we move on to your second attack.
Yes, I will say, while Pygmaeus is dying,
Yeah.
Arya is heaving the elemental cleaver over her shoulder to hit this guy.
Kai's reaction level through that was like, oh fuck! Pygmaeus' reaction is
22,
22 hits,
14 damage.
14 damage. As this thing is struck down the middle. Is that your turn?
I don't think I can do anything else, so yes.
That's going to bring us to
Oh, wait.
Yep.
I've been forgetting rage damage this entire time.
No.
That's 16 damage.
16 damage.
I don't know if that makes any difference.
Not quite, but good to know.
How many turns? Can we get like a
No.
rebate?
No.
Like a tax refund or something like that?
Yeah.
That brings us to its turn. It is going to kind of hunch over, dig its hands into the ground, and is going to use all 4 of its attacks on cursed roots. I need Valdove's out of range. I need everyone but Valdove to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Question for level 3 blight, what happened to me? For level 3,
Your speed is halved, and your vision is limited to 15 feet, so you cannot see beyond 15 feet. Go ahead and all of you guys give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex.
Does that include me?
What? Yes.
15 feet. Does that also include spells for spell ranges?
You can still. A spell that requires sight is effective. What'd you get?
I got a nat 20 for a total of 25.
Nice. So.
I'm sorry, that's the third
Nat 20?
one.
I'm out of
Oh, you're
range.
not in range. Yeah, what for this?
Huh?
Roll.
Dex save.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, I get advantage on death saves, right?
Uh-huh.
I
You
rolled
need to drink
2
that
nat
potion.
ones.
Drink the potion.
So
For a total of 2.
that is
Is that double down?
14 necrotic damage to both of you. You half it to 7. 14.
7 as well, because I'm resistant to it too.
Okay. You half it already to 7. Naoff, what'd you get?
13.
Fails. You
Yeah.
take 14 necrotic damage, and all 3 of you are grappled as blighted roots rise from the ground and wrap around all of you. Additionally, all of those who failed the blight save.
I think it's level 4, dude.
Surely, they would not do me wrong twice in a row.
Oh, am I about to get voted off? Be honest. Am I about to get voted off?
Roll well.
You have a potion, do you?
You do have a potion.
Drink it.
Can I,
Drink it
can I
right
just
now.
drink it as a reaction? Just anytime? I think it would be like at least a bonus action.
I think it's your
Normally it's a
turn.
bonus action.
I think it's
yeah.
on your turn, but you know,
It is what it is.
unless level 4
How much damage
means
did I
you just
take
won't
from the spike?
drink stuff.
From what?
From the spike growth or whatever it was.
14 necrotic. Unfortunately, you cannot drink the potion when it's not your turn.
You know
It's a preemptive thing.
I'm gonna flash of genius pick me as
Just ahead of time.
on the rotten.
Actually, so what you got on your actual save against the first thing?
What was it?
Just the roots?
Yeah.
He got a 13.
Oh,
Flash of Genius with a +4.
17.
17 succeeds. So you only take 7 necrotic damage, and you do not have to make a blight save. As the roots go to wrap around you, but what does Kai do to help break him out?
I think the spirits of the long dead animals that live in your forest is invoked and protects you from this like thing grappling you.
As the roots
the
temporarily,
spirits of squirrels and
spirit
chipmunks.
squirrels all like grab at them and pull them away from
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me why I immediately thought termites and they were just
What did both you get on your blight
I'm
save?
thinking his mom's gonna come lift him
So
out.
why does it have to be
What'd you
cute
get?
animals?
10.
Failure.
24.
24 saves. So does that take you to 1? So you would gain the poison condition as finally, after all this time, these roots wrapping fully around your exposed legs, connecting you to the blight, finally sink that fatigue in.
Is this the first time Arya's been
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
Long time.
with that being said, that is its entire turn.
Rude.
Number 4, which is
Oh,
Feldo. Feldo, you are staring this thing down 5 feet away from you. It's like scaring it.
Wait, so that's the end of Arya's
So
turn?
this lasts for an hour. I can still
Yeah.
hear what you're
Is she within
saying,
range
which
of
is nice.
Yeah.
Feldo?
Feldo?
No, Arya.
Oh, Arya? What range? 30?
30.
30.
She might be.
Yeah, I might actually be now.
She is?
That's MHB.
You got 9 HP.
Oh, what are you doing?
Faldo is kind of skittering to the edge of the roof. She's pulling her spear up. She's looking at it. She goes, "How did you get here?"
Give me another persuasion check at advantage.
Figure a cursed dice from me.
My cursed, literally everything. Everything here is cursed.
That was a nat 20 on my persuasion.
Ha!
Yeah,
Ha!
This is one of those moments where
Give up your lore.
I'm forced to cough it up.
Give me your lore.
yeah.
Can I like re-roll my character or something, please? Please.
No. So, a natural 20, you're holding the spear, this thing that could easily kind of drive it away. As you hold it up, and with the natural 20,
Huh.
you point in its direction, it lowers itself, backs off, fear entering its body. But then kind of like that weird, overwhelming urge that it kind of had to leap in and attack fades for a moment, just long enough for you to see what might have been some kind of humanoid face underneath all that blight and rot. And you just hear,
He brought us forward to help. We were supposed to heal.
He. Interesting.
He or it?
So it said he brought us
it
forward to
said
help.
he.
We were supposed to help.
We were
We were
supposed to
supposed to
heal.
Oh, we were supposed to heal.
Oh my god, well, this is like a failed Finn experiment.
Oh my god.
That is going to be
I'm gonna lose.
your persuasion check.
Okay.
And
It seems a little too celestial.
As it does that,
You could be doing culty shit.
you see it kind of skitters backwards and then fully turns as if it is going to leave.
Okay. So in that case, Mario made a request earlier, and Valdiv is being very careful not to hit her allies with this. And I have a flavor thing I'm going to let you decide if that has any
Okay.
actual effect. She has a vial of the sand kind of uncorked. She pours just a little bit, like shaking hands, into the bowl of her pipe. Then the packet of foul-smelling sulfur and bat guano, and she lights it. And she sends it their way, and by their way I mean that one big enemy that's left.
Yes. Also, it would have taken damage from your snakes at the
Yeah.
beginning of its turn.
Yeah.
Get snakes.
And she, looking at this amalgamation, she's gonna be like, "You're doing a shit job healing that. I don't know what to tell you." Whap! That's a fireball that ignites.
It doesn't do anything mechanically, but very dexterous. That is an 11.
Okay, cool.
So that also hits me, right?
Yes.
No, I've aimed it away.
Oh.
So
She has enough range to put it behind the creature, so it only hits it.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
yes. Don't put damage on yourself when you don't need it.
That's good news because I had gotten a 9.
Great news, everyone. We're okay.
We're okay.
Okay.
Let's hear the damage.
We may need to count.
The clickety clackities.
Oh,
56.
You,
Did you know-
start to look visibly wounded
This is
at
actually
half
so
health, right?
Correct. But notably, the creatures that you guys were fighting up to this point, the small ones, you don't know how it goes for the big one, but the small ones died before even showing visibly wounded.
They're not important. I'm talking about Arya.
Yeah, visibly
Actually, I
wounded
did
is
not
half.
need to count.
Yeah.
My apologies.
And this creature was already showing visibly wounded earlier, so this one operates a little different.
It takes 28 fire damage.
28.
How would you like to do this?
I wish I had my oil. That's fine.
She, having gleaned a little bit of information from this thing, and the suspicions she already had about Finn kind of forming into her mind like clockwork. Now, she's not going to jump to conclusions where she doesn't have conclusive evidence.
Mhm.
She loads into the pipe in a desperate move, the sand filled with lead and silver, and looks over at the creature, obviously saying it's doing a shit job at healing, and just looks back to the one that she had been talking to as the big one is consumed by a burst of explosive flame. And just crumbles. She's
It's
just
like
going to watch
flame
its
mixed with
reaction.
moonbeam. That's gonna look sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as
Silver
the
flame.
fire overtakes the area, the inferno raging just in front of you, Arya, it consumes this massive blighted tree as you start hearing kind of from inside this thing fighting against the fire until when it eventually fades, there's nothing more than sections of bark and bone that have been left to the wayside. The creature that you were talking to has been like skittering off away from you before it looks back in your direction, and again you see a level of humanity that you previously hadn't in any of these creatures. You see a tendril like crawling up its neck trying to reclaim its face before it looks in your direction, and with tongues you still understand.
Bless the stones for the road ahead.
And it kind of like and skitters off in another direction.
Bless the stones for the road.
Correct. Bless the stones for the road ahead. That is the last phrase that they say, completing a 3-part seemingly prayer that they've been constantly muttering to themselves. As it scampers off, leaving you all with nothing more than the remnants of blighted creatures and the stillness of the forest, but no time to rest, as the area around you is still nothing but blighted wasteland. The mines still lie ahead, the Lortville Mountains awaiting, and that's where we'll pick up next time. As we end this episode 5 of Project Crit, we will see you all in episode 6.